So we are live. I hope everybody can hear us, see us, and all the rest of it. Let us know down in the comments if you can hear us, if you can see us, and everything else. I hope so.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, massive hello to Urban Exotics UK, Chameleon, Happy Ant, Harry and the Pet, Lincoln Alvarado, Fantasy Geckos, Tony Tarantulas. Hello to everybody.
Urban Exotics, not from Kirkby, is it?
Lewis. That's Lewis.
Yeah. Oh. I know there's Urban Exotics in Kirkby.
What, the actual pet shop like?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm friends with a few of them in there, that's all.
Right. If everybody could just give this stream a quick share out, give it a like, all the rest of it, you know the drill. I'm just going to do the same now.
Don't share it too much. I'm shy, you know. And it's hot in here.
we don't get loads and loads, so. How long have you been into the reptiles, Wayne?
Well, what started it, my stepson had a leopard gecko about 20 years ago. And I was just obsessed with feeding the thing with crickets. If he went in his bedroom, I were in there, sneakily feeding it crickets. I got obsessed with it. But anyway, me and his mum split up. And I had my daughters from Saturday till Tuesday every week. They're only young. They wanted their own reptile. So I got my bearded dragon. I took a adult in.
Yeah.
And obviously knowing I'd got to look after it because I'd only got them half a week anyway. And I was terrified of the thing. Absolutely terrified. I'd get great big gardening gloves on to pick it up. And I'd pick it up from behind so it couldn't see me. But then it were hissing at me, obviously, because I was going and picking it up wrong because I didn't know any better then. And I used to sit it on my knee and it used to give me stink eye. Well, I didn't know what that were at the time. I just thought, it's looking to bite me. But
yeah.
I got used to it in the end. And then that were it. And then I moved on to other reptiles, chameleons and things like that, and till I'm to where I am now. But it was a leopard gecko what started it.
That's
or should I say David Attenborough? Well, David Attenborough was the thing what got me interested at the beginning. Wildlife on One in its 70s.
I don't know. I weren't born till 79.
Oh, right. Yeah, David Attenborough, Wildlife on One. I think it were 8 o'clock at night. It come on. And it were fascinating because obviously we only had about 3 channels in them days or something. Going back a long time now. And it were brilliant. I mean, that's how long he's been going into it. So
he was head of BBC, wasn't he? And then he started going all over the world doing the animals.
That's right. Stuff. I mean, I used to love watching snakes and spiders, but strangely, I'm terrified of them.
Terrified of what, sorry?
Snakes and spiders. Absolutely terrified.
Got the snake there. That's all spiders. There's 130 spiders here.
They've got to get past my zoo before they get to me.
Yeah. I've got mini versions of what you keep. We've got 5 geckos. We've got we're actually getting another gecko at the end of the month as well.
Right.
I wish they were communal. I really do wish geckos were communal.
I wish they all were.
I know morning geckos are, but
yeah,
if you could get like 20 geckos in a big tank, I would be like heaven, absolute heaven.
Oh.
But I mean, we're slowly getting into a few of the reptiles. Like I said, we've got 5 geckos, 1 coming. We've got the snake, and there's a couple other things that I'm looking at pretty soon as well. So it's just baby steps. But what I don't want to do is rush into it, end up having an animal, and think, well, actually, I want to sell that one because I want something else. So the ones that we get, I want to be able to keep forever and a day.
Yeah.
But obviously, spiders and spiders and the bugs are my main thing. Do you know what I mean? They've got the passion in me. But it has flooded over now into a few of the reptiles, and there is some absolute amazing species out there which I'm looking at.
Yeah, all right. Walter's about to jump on my head, I think.
Eye fantasy geckos, high Toby's exotics. I got whip scorpions received. One's antenna has fallen off during transit, but it'll grow back in the next molt. Yeah, he got 2 of the whip scorpions off us. Not too late. Keep on snakes either. Says fantasy geckos. Mr. Krabs, I got my 2 bearded dragons because of you both and Northern Exotics. Superb. Moon over Miami. Hey man. Anton, hi dude. Hi LinkedIn. I saw this video on YouTube. He had like 10 geckos in one room, says somebody. Hi Stacey.
Hi everyone.
I think I've just about said hello to everybody. I really, really hope so. Hi Doug. If I haven't, I do apologise. Just put "and me" in the comments, and I'll say a quick hello to you guys as well. But I think we've got just about everybody. Yeah. Just so everybody in the chat knows, if I keep looking down here, it's because I'm going blind and I can't read all the comments that are on the phone. So I've got the laptop set up just here, so I can just read the comments a lot easier. So I do apologise if I'm not staring directly at the camera for you guys, but we are going to go and see what Wayne's got. Scott, you should get a crested gecko. Oh, you've put that word in that I can't pronounce. The Chihuahua? Chahoua. I cannot pronounce that one. For the love, no money, can I pronounce that?
I'm not even going to try.
There is. I mean, I do want a Tegu, but the missus, 450 quid, I think, the last time we looked, and she's like, "You're not spending that much." I'm like,
well,
wow.
I mean, I've had them cheaper than that, obviously, because you know I'm involved with a reptile shop as well.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Yeah.
No. Which one is it?
Right. It's Ashfield Aquatics and Reptiles at Sutton. I was one of their customers, and now I'm their lizard guy. I go in every Saturday 4 hours, and I get everything at trade then, which saves me a fortune.
Wow, brilliant.
And I enjoy doing it as well. And also, it means that they can get different species in that they normally didn't have.
Just replying. So if you're in a reptile shop, you're working in a reptile shop, then at some point in the future, I'm going to have to drop you a message about something.
Yeah. Oh, Tegu, that's what we're talking about. I told you I'd forget stuff. I know they've got a bad rep, but I love Colombian Tegus. I love them. I do. I mean, you know Tiny. Everybody knows Tiny. He's beautiful. He's soft as a brother. Moo, my golden Tegu, I've got such a relationship with that animal. I absolutely adore that animal. And they're only 50 quid.
Really?
Yeah, because of the temperament, what people think they've got. I don't think they deserve it. I mean, they get a little bit smaller.
Let me just give a massive shout out to Peter Webster, who's in the chat. Hi, Peter. He's such a lovely guy. He dropped me a Burrow scorpion over the weekend. And then his best mate, Mark, the spider guy, he had a couple of the tailless whip scorpions off us, and so did Peter. Right. So
yeah, have to get in touch with all you guys and get some stock for the shop.
Well, you and Peter, I think, are gonna get on like a house on fire. I don't know what he's put out on YouTube yet, so I don't know what I can and can't say, but I think he wants a similar setup to what you've got behind you.
Right.
And his room is just, for me, because it's mainly full of spiders and stuff like that. I've been, and I'm just like, you don't know where to look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really don't know where to look in Peter's. It's just an absolute treat to go there. Hi, Lexi. But yeah, Anton, I'm pretty sure I know a guy who knows a Tegu breeder. Harry in the pets just says roses are red, Violets are blue. I thought gaming channels were cool until I watched you. Yeah. Sorry, I went off a bit. Went off the topic a little bit there. But
Yeah,
the videos that you put out on Facebook are just mind blowing. The relationship that you've obviously built up with your animals is absolutely just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now I'm going to apologise because I don't know and I can't remember the names of everything you've got and all the rest of it.
I can't.
But you've got the little green ones that literally you just put your hand out and they come and jump.
They Walter's babies, Chinese water dragons.
They are absolutely beautiful.
Staying with me forever. They're not going anywhere. I have got a waiting list for some more, but I've got some incubator, but they staying with me, them two. In fact, I'll be building their enclosures very shortly. I'm building a Tegu, one for the golden Tegu, with 2 Chinese water dragon ones on top of them, side by side, and that'll take a full room up.
Wow.
So I'm hoping to do that next month.
Peter Webster says he adores his black and white Argentine Tegu.
Tiny.
Kyle says, Tegu's a lot of responsibility, asking because sometimes I have to be gone for 3 days to cover a music festival. That's why he loves the inverts.
Yeah. See, I can't stop away overnight anywhere.
Hi, Carl.
But
yeah.
I never did anyway. I don't like going away. I like to be at home, so.
No, I like to go away, but I do like my own bed.
No, I've been on holiday.
Even if it involves, setting up at 4 a.m. and turning the car around at sort of 9, 10 o'clock at night, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? I do like my own bed.
Well, I've got my own business, so I can make my own hours.
Stacey says, "Where's the slippers?"
They're not on because I'm in this enclosure. It's a bit muddy, so I've got an old pair of trainers what I put on, so I don't mess my trainers up.
Before we turn around and have a look at your walking enclosures and what have you, there is a question that I want to ask about Tegus.
Yeah.
And that is, are they high pet craft life? Are they in and out of vets as much as what a couple of people have told me? Now, what they said was a lot of Tegu owners don't admit to it and won't admit the fact that they have to go in and out of vets. They also say they don't do well in captivity. What's your opinion? How do you find them?
Chinese never been to vets. No reason for him to go.
Smashed it.
You know what I think? A lot of because you see a lot of people say, "Oh, so and so's gone to vets," and bearded dragons and so on. I never seem to have a problem, and I think it's down to stress. Some of it, you don't think they're stressed, but you've seen the relationship I've got with mine. They don't seem to be bothered about anything, and obviously we know stress is a big cause of problems for reptiles. But I can't say I've known anybody else with any Tegus have any problems. I mean, I don't know a lot of people with Tegus, but I can't say I've heard a lot about it. I mean, Tiny's is 10 now. I mean, when I took him in, he couldn't walk. His front legs didn't work, but I've rehabilitated that now. So,
Peter's just said his Kimmy's never been to the vets, and she is absolutely amazing, to be honest.
I mean, it's down to individuals as well, doesn't it? And where you got them from, and that can have an effect. Who bred them and what have you. So far, I'm all right. And Moo, the Colombian Tegu, he's only a year old, 14-month-old, or something like that. But he's been great. They never go off the food. Wants to come out all the time and come and sit with me, as you've seen on videos, and like nudges me and goes under my hand, wants me to stroke him. And I mean, but I think knowing your reptile and knowing them so well, slightest thing, if he don't want to eat or don't eat as much one day, and I'm like, is he not well? Or what I mean? Once you know. Yeah. You can tell whether there's something off, can't you? Whether I wonder if I check his temperatures, he's not eating as much today, or or humidity, and so forth.
We've got 5 geckos. Four of them they'll come out to me. 3 of them will come out to the missus, but 4 of them will come out to me. One's a bit snappy, but with me, she's completely fine. Whereas the 5th one, she's a funny bugger. She likes to hide a lot. But we've got our 2-year-old got fragile X autism, right? So he's very loud, and what have you. He'll get us stalled under supervision, like, so, you know, he'll get us stalled, and then he'll go and stand where that gecko is, like this, and he's, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? He's doing this, and the gecko will come out of the house, and they'll literally be nose to nose through the glass at each other.
Well, I'm a big believer in law of attraction.
How much they can connect to one person, but not then a second person or a third. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I believe in the law of attraction, and what you put out, you can receive. So if you're putting the vibes out, and they pick up on it, and vice versa. I really do believe in law of attraction.
We've got Blackcraft just says, is it true with the correct socialism, Tegus can essentially be a reptile dog?
So they say. I mean, obviously, seen both of mine. They act like dogs. Want a bit? They'll follow me around. They want to sit on me all the time. Especially Tiny wants to sit on my head usually. But yeah, I see him more as an old dog. Old, slow, want to sit with you, don't want to do much. And obviously them monitors, they're a lot more active and they'll climb all over you, move about, you know, I mean, scratch you to bits. Tiny just wants to sit with me. And once he's got his head on my head or on my leg or anywhere, just stroke him and he'll go to sleep. So in that way, yeah, they are really scaly dog. In fact, when I put some videos out, say scaly dogs come for some attention, or yeah, I think they are. And it does make you wonder what reptiles can actually feel when you see them. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's more to them than what we give them credit for, I think.
Most definitely. Like I said, me and the missus, we're very new to them. Yeah, we've got a couple of geckos and got the snake. We're involved like one of the Facebook groups, and they're not Welsh morphology as well. She helps us out.
Definitely. Fantastic photos amazing as well. Amazing photography. Yeah,
I've got a couple of the prints as it goes.
Right.
But yeah, so I think with the reptiles, we're just going to take it slowly, because like I said, we need to think about space, all the rest of it. There is a couple.
But also, how long they live? I mean, they live a long time. Some of these bigger reptiles. I mean, it's a big commitment.
I've got
15, 20
no
years.
in buying one, selling it on just to replace it with another one. Do you know what I mean?
No.
There is like I said, I mean, there is some big monitors, and we just haven't got the room. Even if we move house, we're not going to have a room for, sort of a 9-foot, 10-foot enclosure. But something like an Aki, we can accommodate. You know what I mean? So
another brilliant animal, amazing to keep.
Got to be like
that's another social animal. They really do seem to bond with you. I mean, I've got Alfie. He's probably seen Alfie.
The Savannah monitors look absolutely amazing as well.
I've actually got my friend's baby at my house at the moment because he weren't doing very well with him socialising it. So he's now with me for a while. So he's doing quite well, which I'll probably put a video up tomorrow or something. I'll get him out and let him have a wander. He's tiny.
Just having a quick look down the comments, see what people have asked. Have you named your pet after a life hero? For example, my bearded dragon is named Steve after Steve Irwin.
I have actually. I've actually got a male and female Australian water dragon, and the female's Bindi, and the male's Irwin.
That is wicked.
Yeah.
Peter says Kimmy's still training, but in time we'll have her run of the house. Harry, I thought it was Steve from Minecraft. So I'm just still reading the comments. Stores Monitor says Anton is a smaller than an Aki, and they're awesome.
A lot of dwarf species are fantastic to keep. I do like the small monitors. So much fun in a little package.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a little spiny-tailed iguana. She's brilliant. She's about 11 now. In fact, the first 5 years.
I'm very conscious of space because I mean all the geckos are in sort of tanks like this one behind me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give them a lot of room. You do see them in rubs and stuff like that, and I just think I can't do that.
No, no. Well, you've seen a lot of my enclosures on my videos. I don't do small.
No.
But
so I mean, my plan is to when we move, because there's 5 of us in a 2-bed at the moment, so we're waiting to move. So when we move, if we get a 3-bed, the attic is mine, and then I want to do something like Peter Webster's done for the inverts, which is a shed outside, fully insulated, hopefully with solar panels, so it produces its own electric and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm thinking of doing something like that outside for my ornate monitor.
Yeah.
Something huge again, insulated.
I mean, I got 2 of my friends. They've got heated ponds outside for tropical fish. One of my friends has got RTCs, sort of 2 foot, 3 foot long. They do fish rescue and stuff like that. So that'd be absolutely cool. Does Wayne know where I can find more info about Colombian tigers? Sorry.
Don't watch Clint's Reptiles. He don't like them. There's not a lot because I don't think they're that popular. There's not a lot of information out there, is there really, for them? I mean, basically, it's just the temperament of them. They're a little bit smaller species than a black and white. But I found the temperament to be better. Not as in the tamer. I mean, they're a bit of a wild little animal when you first get them. But because they're a bit more, what can I say, confident, you can have a lot more fun with them. And once you've got the trust, they're quite an active animal. Whereas I find me black and white's a bit more sedentary. They seem slower moving. They're not as active. They're happy to just come and sit with you and that. Whereas golden Tegu, a lot more active, a bit more fun. Although I love my black and whites, obviously, but I just something about the golden ones. And I say, like any animal, you put time in, and they're going to be tame, aren't they? They're going to be, well, tame's a funny word. Animals aren't really tame. They create a bond, don't they? They create a bond with you. You've got to create trust.
I wouldn't, yeah. With the spiders that I keep, no. Every time you go to the spider is literally meeting you again for the first time. Very prehistoric. They want to huddle down. They want to eat. They want to mate, and then they want to just relax, basically. And I think they seem to be on that alert as well as for predators. But reptiles don't seem. They don't all seem to be like that. They seem to be able to step away from that prehistoric mindset, and like we've just been discussing about socializing the Tegu, and become almost, I wouldn't say domesticated, but almost domesticated.
They learn to trust. I mean, it's like Walter. He'll come down in a minute when I've got some treats for him. He'll come down. He's so tame. He'll take a waxworm out of my mouth. But if anybody else could hear him, he'll attack them. He'll whip them. And it's same with some of my others. Mr. Skittles, my chameleon, he's tame with other people. But me iguanas, if you're going to hear them, if they don't know you, they'll have you. I mean, so tame's a funny word. They're not tame, but they're tame with me. It's just down to a bond and trust, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I don't know what it is. Do you reckon reptiles can sense your smell? Do you reckon they can?
You know, when you look into their eyes,
on the hormones that we release, do you reckon they know who you are?
They definitely know who we are.
Because when you look into a dog can recognise you from like half a mile away, can't they?
Yeah.
Just wondering if that's similar to what you've got going on with the reptiles.
Well, you've got to look at how intelligent they are. You've got your monitors, tegus as well, and iguanas. You look into their eye, and you can see it working. You can see the mind working behind the eye, and I mean, monitors are as clever as corvids, they say. So, really, I mean, problem solving, really. which they do try and find ways out of enclosures and stuff. So they are clever. So if they're that clever, then surely they can learn to trust somebody and learn who you are. You know what I mean? It's.
Do you know what I think the difference is between the inverts and, well, mainly the spiders and reptiles? I think the reptiles will actively hunt. The spiders literally just sit and wait for something to fall on their web. So if you're just going to sit and wait for something to fall on the web, there it is, food, boom, gone. If you're out hunting, you're triggering that mindset, aren't you?
You are, yeah. And you've got to be able to
develop.
Yeah, the brain, it's got to be capable of creating an ambush or, you know, more chasing something. And they've got to have a lot more up there than what you think they are. Definitely.
Yeah, Peter's said he totally believes his Kimmy knows himself and Mark as well.
Yeah. Well, when I take Tiny into the shop at summer, and we have like open days, and he'll follow me around the shop. So he'll let anybody stroke him, and they have photos with him. You know, they get on the floor with him and have a photo. He loves it. But if I move away, he follows me, and he'll put his head on my foot.
Oh.
So they do recognise you, really do.
I think everybody in the chat is busting to see a couple of the reptiles.
You want Walter?
Yeah. Any chance we could have a look around the enclosure that you built for him as well as?
Well, this is my water monitor enclosure, but that will have a chain to you.
Let me just put you on big screen.
Right.
There we go.
Well, this is my water monitor enclosure. Although she's not in it at the moment because I put her in and she went off for food because she's always seen me every single day. She sees me for hours. So I've moved her into Walter's downstairs because the one she was in weren't big enough. They're only 4 foot by 6 foot. And I put her downstairs into Walter's and let Walter come in here for a while. And she's going to have to come in here sooner or later anyway. But this is, I'll get up. Oh, right. Well, see if I can.
Is that whole enclosure heated as well?
Yeah, it bloody is and all, yeah. Killing me in here. It's about 105 degrees at the moment. And then, if I can get to it, it goes up there and pond's half empty because I'm cleaning it out, but I hurt my hip, so I've had to stop. There's a 9-foot pond in there as well.
Wow.
Let me set it up again. So I'm sat in here. It's about, at the moment, because I've turned Mister off so I don't get wet through and ruin my phone. It's about 70% now at the moment, humidity. So if I pass out, you know what it is. So when I get Walter, he's going to see these beetle grubs and he's probably going to jump on my face. You want them? Come on then. And here he is. Get on there then.
And what species is that, Wayne?
Walter's a Chinese water dragon.
And he's got all that room.
Yeah.
Wow. He's just literally like he's gone to the takeaway.
I know. Like I say, he's that tame. Me, don't want to gross anybody out, but.
Is this the word?
This is a locust. Now I'm going to put it in my mouth and he'll probably take it. Or don't you want it now? Well, so gentle. We'll do that with a waxworm. He sticks his tongue out like a mini chameleon and takes it.
He is absolutely stunning.
It's definitely one of my favourites.
Stacey says she thinks reptiles do bond. People say bearded dragons don't have an emotional attachment. She disagrees because my Lola will jump on me and snuggle into her. I
believe they do. Although I do see bearded dragons as like the dumb blonde. They're kind of simple, aren't they? I mean, they're amazing to keep. I mean, I've got one called Amber, female, and they're just amazing. But they're not the brightest of sparks, I wouldn't have said. So, but I do love them, and there's a reason why they're so popular, isn't there? But it's very rare you see a water dragon without a smashed up face. I mean, Walter's is perfect. Are you going to? No, never mind. He's only using it for food. But definitely one of my favourite species, water dragons. Obviously, I breed them as well. So that's obviously what me and Scott were talking about before we come on live. I've got 2 little babies from Walter and Violet, and I click my fingers. And, I mean, someone will have seen it, and they just come to me and climb up my leg. Absolutely adore water dragons. It's just that they're hardly ever kept right. Keeping them in glass tanks. I mean, using coil UVBs and stuff like that. You see it a lot, and then they obviously don't understand glass. They rub all the faces off right down to teeth. You can see bones sticking out. Awful.
There we go.
You see it now. Yeah, water dragons, they're amazing. They've got the personality of a bearded dragon, but they've got like a feeding response or a monitor. They're just amazing to keep. And I like to build arboreal enclosures as well.
How long did it take to build the enclosure that you're literally sitting in right now?
6 days. At a cost.
Fully heated.
Yeah, I've got ceramics. I've got multiple T5s in here. I've got floodlights. The room outside of this room, obviously, I keep that at about 75 degrees ambient temperature, which actually helps this room. And underneath the pond, I've got a tubular heater, what's on 24/7, what just gives a bit of heat underneath here, keep water a bit warmer. Because I don't actually heat any water in any of my enclosures.
You couldn't use a fish tank heater in there?
You could, but I'll be honest with you. Imagine hottest day we've had in Britain, really, really hot. And you go to a little stream or a little brook and put your foot in it, it's freezing, isn't it, that water?
Yep.
People think you need to have it hotter, but you don't. Because in the wild, when running water, it's cold. No matter how hot it is outside, it's cold. So room temperature is fine. Too hot and it's not good for them, Not good at all. So I believe in just keeping it at room temp, not cold, obviously. You don't want it cold, but when it's like 80 degrees in here all the time until night time, just about 75, say, that's not going to be cold. That's what I think, anyway. So, I mean, I get in there sometimes with them, believe it or not.
What, in the water itself?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. When I had water monitoring, I've been in with air. So,
Exotic Radio says, do you have a built-in floor heater?
No. I've got that tubular heater what's underneath where I'm sat right now, and it's encased, so heat can't escape. Because I've got a little flap outside enclosure what I can just lift up, and because my filter obviously is in there as well, in a little so I can get to that changed water filter. So I've got a canister filter for water. But all my electrics are dead easy to get to all outside because I've got security cameras in here as well.
So you can see.
Yeah.
What canister filter you've got? Is it a small E-harm or something, or is it a big FX?
I don't know what I'm useless with, but it's about that wide. Let me get the camera. About, well, quite a big.
Is it white with the grey top?
I think I've got one of them.
All Pond Solutions.
Pond Solutions. That name rings a bell. I've got a couple because I've got quite a bit of water in some other enclosures. My sailfin enclosure, she's got a 4-foot fish tank in there, built into a false floor, and I've got an external filter for that as well.
So, Exotics Radio podcast says, have you ever thought about fish to help filter the pond?
I did, but they won't last. Unfortunately, they won't last very long. They'll be eaten. But I've got a pond vac, so emptying the pond and filling it's not too much of a problem. So it's a lot of water though. But I did think about. I have had fish in past in smaller enclosures, but it never seems to work out. I'm not a fish person, and they got eaten. They got eaten quite quick as well. So I don't want. I can feed insects, but anything else, I'm a bit funny with feeding. To be honest, I'm a bit soft that way. I'm an animal lover, so your locusts and my crickets and my beetle grubs is about my limit to what I could feed off. So a bit soft, really, but I just can't do anything. I can't stand to see live feeding. I don't blame anybody for doing it or does it, but it's just not for me. And I don't like to see things get like monitors. I don't think I couldn't see a monitor eat live because they're quite vicious. Watching my monitors devour a frozen four rodent or something like that, they're bashing it to bits, and it's not a quick death. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'll stick to frozen, and they'll eat anything. Monitors, if it's carrion, they'd go and eat it. If it's rotting with maggots in it, they'll eat that. So in my mind, I'm not feeding. I would refuse to feed. Like, even if it were legal to do it, I wouldn't do it. So fish, even though fish, I still see them as, I don't know, I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I am a bit soft that way, but
I've had Oscars, I've had reptile cats, all sorts, and you know, to be completely honest, guppies have gone in there, goldfish have gone in there.
Yeah. I used to have a fish tank, but I'm not very good with fish, to be honest.
I had 15 running at once with a big 6x3x2 with the big stuff in and all sorts. I breed them and everything.
Oh, I'd love to see them. I mean, we've got a really good aquatics place near me, and called Wharf Aquatics. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
Amazing, absolutely amazing place for fish. They used to have a reptile department, and obviously I used to go there because I knew the guys what worked for it. In fact, Sean, who used to run it, he goes all over the world doing lectures on amphibians and habitats and stuff now. So he's done well for himself.
If you're ever down sort of Coventry, Birmingham way, there's one called Shirley Aquatics.
Right.
That place is just unbelievable. You go upstairs, and some of the setups they've got upstairs, got a big, massive marine tank, and it is literally. Yeah. You could lose yourself just for hours and not even walk around the rest of the shop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Shirley, it's massive place. I absolutely love it. I haven't been this year yet. I need to, that's for sure.
Talking about going somewhere this year, you going to Donny?
Yep. Going Donny, going BTS, provided I've had the injection, definitely.
Right. Yeah, I've just joined IHS again, so that I don't have to queue in other queue. So with peasants, so I've missed it so much, Donny.
Oh, Exotics Radio podcast says, what do you lay down first to protect the walls from water damage? Just in case
I use Proplex, and I use HA6 sealant to do all joints. I just love Proplex. Big 8x4 sheets, easy to work with. Great to stick on walls with HA6 and then seal all your joints up. Absolutely amazing. Never have a problem. Cheap to use as well. It's about £4.50 a sheet for an 8x4.
So you can actually waterproof that whole room, you know, quite.
I do
cheaply.
everything, the floors, the ceilings, everything. It's completely. You could chuck buckets of water everywhere, and it just won't go anywhere. I swear by it. Brilliant stuff.
That is awesome.
I don't want to use pond sealer and stuff like that. I like that. I've always used it.
So I've used G4 pond sealant, and then I've used obviously aquarium sealants as well.
Yeah.
Which I've never had. I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, but they contain this, they contain that, and it's like, well, not when they're dry, they don't. They're quite safe to use. Hence, you can use them in an aquarium or a pond. As soon as they're dry.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, everybody uses it, don't they? That so.
Yeah.
But what I do is I build my frame, and then my panels. What I put on, I actually put the Proplex on the panels before I fit them, and then they've got perfect joints butting up. So you've got Proplex to Proplex, and then I seal it anyway with HA6.
Just put in, anybody in the chat want to ask Wayne any questions? Just fire them into the chat. If I don't see the question, just whack it in there again, because just in case it disappears. Ooh, a couple of people saying they're going to be going to Donny. Might be going Donny, not sure though.
Yeah, anybody goes, say hello.
It's July the 18th.
27th, I think, because it were the 21st. But the restrictions are lifted, hopefully, on the 22nd, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they moved it to the week after, because apparently they only would have been allowed 1,000 people on 21st. But
yeah.
They've allowed them to move it onto the 27th or 28th, or whichever it is. So now it's obviously, if everything goes to plan, then it's just like a normal Donny.
We'll be walking around in spacesuits.
Yeah. Well, there's one good thing. At least you can wear a mask and not look silly, so you can't smell smelly people. So
try and do contactless payment for your suit.
I'm going to try and not buy anything.
To see you there. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Lincoln says how many animals you got in total. Urban Exotics says what are the sail fins like?
Well, I've got both a Weber's and an Ambinosis. I took in people's messaging me. I took the sail fin in as a rescue. This guy who we know from Pet Shop, he buys things. He's got loads of money. He buys things. He puts them in a big enclosure, and then he sees something else. And then he takes them out that big enclosure, puts them in a little enclosure. Don't care about them. They get injured. I mean, when I took her in, she got all her mouth was smashed up. She'd had a broken leg and not been took at vets, and it had healed funny. And so I actually bought her off him. I've been wanting her because his mate was telling us about her, and I kept saying, "Look, I'll have her. I'll even pay for her, and I'll have her." And he wouldn't do it. And then he bought a water dragon and put the water dragon in her enclosure and put her in a little one. And then he says, "Well, Wayne can have her if he wants to buy her." So I bought her. Brought her into the shop, and now she's been with me ever since now, and she's amazing. You might have seen some of my videos. She jumps on my face all the time. I open the door, she comes out, she comes and jumps on me, sits with me, because she's right next to my bed. So I lay on my bed, and she comes out. She comes and sits on my chest, and I stroke her. I feed her on me. She comes and eats with me. They're amazing. I really like them. I mean, you got to put work in them, obviously, as again, right? But I love them.
See, the snake that we've got was my friend's from school. It was his daughter's.
Yeah.
It weren't a rescue. It was more of a, do you know somebody that'll look after it? And I literally just went, oh yeah, me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got a few rescues.
I don't think I'd be comfortable, you know, taking on a rescue like you have, just in case.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to get a healthy animal from the word go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just just in case somebody says, or you read some information that says you have to use this supplement as well as what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you've got one that's not too great and you've not been giving it a supplement it needs, it's going to make it worse. Do you know what I mean? Where a healthy animal, you can, have that tiny bit of a cushion. I mean, you must get through tons of supplements.
Oh, yeah, but I get everything at trade, you see, don't I? So it makes a massive difference. All my bulbs, my lighting, my food, everything's at trade price. It makes a massive difference. Massive.
So,
I
use the Arcadia supplements for the geckos and for all the amphibians.
I like Arcadia. But bulbs at the moment. Magnesium. Yeah. Well, lighting and that now. So I had a tour of Reptile systems, just before lockdown last year.
Yeah.
The way they test the stuff is amazing. They test for like 2 years a bulb. You know what I mean? And they test other people's bulbs for them as well, And it were quite an eye opener. See ring of death, what they do, and because they got like little units with all different bulbs in, and they've got paper after paper telling you, well, this is the UV index of it. When we first put it on, this were because they do it like 2 or 3 times a day or whatever it is, if I remember right. And they're testing and testing and testing all the time. They can go back 6 months and tell you what it were at a certain time of day, 6 months ago. And I've started to move on to some of their things, now.
I think this is an Arcadia Forest Dweller, 5% UVB bulb. Well, strip light. I think the life expectancy on those is 9 months.
Right.
So I'll have to get another one. I've already got another one actually, just in case.
Yeah.
But I can't really get the snake out. His eyes are completely blue, so he's obviously just coming to his shed. I just sprayed him, so no doubt I'll probably wake up and maybe tomorrow or the next day and there'll be a shed in there for me. Bless it. But yeah, I don't like to disturb him when he's in shed. Well, when he's coming up to it. Mr.
I'm looking forward to lockdown ending because I'm going down to Monkfield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of his rep invited us to go down just before lockdown. We're going to go down, so I'm looking forward to a tour of their facilities as well.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, I'll make sure I take some photos and stuff this time.
I've got this an opportunity to do the same, but with live foods for you.
Yeah.
After lockdown and after everything else.
I recommend it. If you've got opportunity to go somewhere like that, it's an eye opener.
Yeah,
really
definitely. Just to see how it's done on a large scale, and we keep breeders at home, and we think, we're breeding them, and it's like you go somewhere else like that, and you realise that your 28 degrees is nothing compared to the temperatures that they run them at. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Yeah. It were a really good day. I think I were there. I think I got there about 10, and I were there till about 3 o'clock.
Anton says, "Have you got any arboreals?" No, you won't have arboreal snakes, will you?
No. I'd be terrified.
It's all the lizards. I like Reptile Systems. I was supposed to go with Fiona, invited me, Wayne, but lockdown happened. Yeah.
Well worth going when it's open.
Well, Peter's got 4 of his snakes are blue. Yeah, mine's got literally the bluest of, like, milky blue eyes at the moment. So
I've got quite a few shedding lizards. Walter, thought you were going to jump on me then. He's moving out at basking spot, getting a bit late for him.
Urban Exotic says, Wayne, do you have a channel?
No, I'm going to do one. I've been saying it.
It's easy. It's so easy.
I know. I actually did a segment for, I don't know if you've heard of him, Professor Hurt in America.
Yeah.
I did a segment for one of his videos. He asked me to do a segment with my frilled dragon. And actually, he went live last night, and I actually commented. And he goes, Wayne, when you're doing this YouTube channel, I want to see your videos. I said, I'll do some this week. But I might start soon.
Yeah, a couple of people are saying you definitely need one.
Yeah, I think a Netflix, the way I go off with my reptiles, I think a Netflix series like Tiger King had before.
Oh, zombie Darkblade's in the house. We've not had zombie on for ages. So hi, zombie. Hope you're okay. Hope work's going well now. Mark the Spider Guy's also in the chat now. He says hi, Scott. Hi, Wayne. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Like alive to watch that beautiful baby we just saw. Oh, Mr. Crow says, if you had to choose a monitor from either Savannah, an Argus, or a Black Throat, which one would it be?
Black Throat.
Zombie says work is an arse.
He's right as well.
Yeah, a couple of the people have said you should definitely start a channel.
Yeah.
I think we all complain about work, don't we? That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, with channel, I did think about doing one, but I don't want to do like everybody else does, care guides and or how to tame it and that. I just want to show what you can achieve with relationship. You know, I put a minute video on. Yeah.
That could be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely awesome. And as soon as you put your first video on it, on my channel, I've got a community post, because when you hit 1,000 subs, you can put. I'll share it all across there and across me Facebook stuff. And I'm sure Stacey will send it out across her group as well.
I've been asked by a lot of admins, because I mean, at one point I were admin on 10 groups at the same time, you know. But it takes so much time up. You know, everybody was tagging me. Oh, Wayne's got this, Wayne's got that. So everybody's messaging you, and it was taking me away from my reptiles.
Yeah.
I went to find photos. Definitely. Yeah, can you show me a photo of your such enclosure, and what do you feed it? How do you get them like this? How do you get them so tame? And you know what I mean? And I'm like, in the end, I thought it's just too much.
So I've got a couple of Facebook groups that I'll go to all the time. A couple of very good friends, like, you know, Stacey's in the chat, Mark's in the chat.
Yeah.
Who, if they tag me, obviously I'll go and have a look straight away.
Yeah.
I turn my internet off when I'm at work now. So even when I've got a break, I'm not staring at my phone. Yeah. And when I come home from work, it's like, if I'm doing 2 or 3 videos a week, plus I've got a live, and then there's other things that go on in the background to do with it all. Plus there's 2 nights a week feeding. We've got 3 kids. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Mrs. needs attention, obviously. One of them's got the Fragile X, so he's always up high and all over the place. And so there's quite a lot going on. So I've had to back away from being on Facebook as much as I used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, what's more important, social media or your family and kids? For me, it is them. Fair play to the ones that are on all the time, you know, happy days to you, but that's something I can do.
No, I just like to spend time. I like to, you've probably seen, I lay down a lot with my reptiles.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of videos you'll see I'm laid down. What I've got, I've fenced the room off, and I lay down with them, and then I let them out. I never pick them up. I let them out. Such as me iguanas, I open the door and they jump on me, and then I go sit in the front room, and I let them out. They can't escape behind any enclosure anywhere, but I let them do what they want. So they've got freedom without the chance of getting lost. I mean, some of my big ones, they couldn't get lost anyway, but, you know, like the baby water dragons, I let them just wander around, but they come back to you. They always keep coming back to you, and then they'll jump off and go and have a look, and then try and scratch into another enclosure, and then come back again. And let them control everything. You know what I mean? Let them, don't pick them up, don't try and restrain them. Because people will say, me iguana, when I go and try and grab him, he tries to whip me, and I thought, well, don't grab him. You know what I mean? Off your hand and let him climb onto you. Let them control it, and then they'll not fear you. They'll not be nervous. They'll want to come out. So that's why I lay down a lot, because I get on their level, because you don't want a giant towering over you. So get on their level and just let them climb over you. You know, come and sit with you. It's just the way I do it. I just let them control every interaction. And I enjoy it. I just enjoy laying with them and coming in. They come and sit with me, and I stroke them, and then they'll jump off, and then they usually climb on my face and cut my face open or something. You know, they like with these claws, these tegus and monitors and iguanas. So I mean, I'm shredded. I don't know. I don't know if you pick it up, but I've got cuts all over me. We picking iguanas up and letting them climb on me, I should say. But it's so I go shopping and they think that guy's got problems or a dangerous cat. Does he keep a tiger?
See, even with the geckos, I mean, we went to a couple of people for advice, but when it comes to handling and stuff like that, we just kind of took just a bit of common sense. Just like I was thinking, right, if I just go like that, how would I feel? So there's been a lot of like handout, and then we've had to push some along slowly, and they've gone on the hand and stuff like that. The missus was in the front room and she had one, and it started off on a hand, ended up on a shoulder, but then it was on her back. And it was just literally just relaxing on her back, quite happy, and it was there a good 20 minutes before it decided to move off anywhere. The snake's another story. If he's out in the front room when the missus is in bed, he will go absolutely anywhere and everywhere. The smallest of gaps he looks for to go and hide. So we kind of get him out, let him have a stretch, let him have a run round if you like, and then back in the enclosure. But you know, I like to do that with him because he's nearly 4 foot. So I always think, you know, I see a lot of snakes. I mean, I don't know a lot about reptiles. I mean, I'm first to admit that. I'm literally still a newborn in it all. But you see the snake curled up all the time in like a small area, and you think, well, it must want to stretch out because it's got a backbone like we have, haven't they? And if I were like this, in that one position, your bones can start to ache. So if you can stretch them out, I'm wondering if it's the same for the reptiles, maybe. So we get him out. I get him out. Sorry, and let him have a roam around the front room. Plus, he gets to experience different temperature gradients in the front room as well, and different textures.
Well, if it didn't want to, it'd curl up in a corner somewhere, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So it obviously wants to stretch out, explore. Because in wild, obviously, they have to go hunting, so they're going to stretch out, aren't they? So I wouldn't have an animal not to get it out, or let it out if it wants to. I've got some what don't come out very often because they don't want to. But that's up to them.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what is it?
Me pickerel frogs are calling to each other.
Oh.
Well, one's calling to the other one. I think the bigger one, who hides down by the water bowl, is the male. I think the other one that hides under the rocks, under the court bark, is the female. But I've got I have them just there.
Yeah,
literally on the desk with me. But there's one that hides down here, and there's one that hides over there.
Yeah,
and there's only the one that's calling. So we've been drenching the enclosure sort of daily to keep our fingers crossed. I've got them from Shirley Aquatics as it goes.
Right. Do you know I keep sugar gliders as well?
Nope. Can we see them?
They'll not be out yet. They come out, believe it or not, and I don't know why, they don't come out till about midnight. So I normally don't go to bed until they come out. Because if they don't see me, they come to my bedroom door, and all you hear until I get up is all night. All night long.
Oh, just going back to what we said earlier, because the issue with the internet, the issue with YouTube is the comments come through a couple of minutes after what we've been talking about. So as soon as somebody presses enter, for me, it takes a couple of minutes for it to come up. So Stacey's just this cool theory with the snakes. Yeah, we had Paul Dunn on with his venomous. With his green mamba. Well, he was saying that's exactly what he does: is get down to their level and nice and low, so you're not giving them a threat. So
you're not intimidating, are you? You're not, when you're smaller, you're not as intimidating. So, I mean, if an elephant come up to us, it'd be terrifying if you didn't know it, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It's a massive animal coming up, what could squash you. It's scary.
Wait, what plants have you got in there?
These are fake.
Are they all fake?
Yeah, fake. From IKEA, 45 quid, I think they are. It's loads of branches on it. They're brilliant.
Hi, Ellie.
Yeah, live plants, they trash them. Your bigger lizards, they just destroy them.
See, I've been looking at a couple of live plants. I got advised strawberry begonia and some pathos, but they're so flipping expensive. They are very expensive. I'm going to look for cheap alternatives.
Plus, you've got to have proper lighting to keep them alive, or you can get expensive, especially if you're wanting big plants like this. It's I mean, I'm terrible with plants anyway. They do not stay alive with me. So fake ones, they can't damage them. They look decent anyway. You know, it fills enclosure out a bit, doesn't it? You know.
Night, Peter. Peter's off. His meds are kicking in. Night, mate. See you later. Take care.
See you, Peter.
Yeah, they certainly give the impression. But what does the reptile think to them?
Well, it don't seem to bother, but it gives them a bit of coverage, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's a bit of cover for them, and it brightens enclosures up a bit. Because I like, although this is not too busy because they just trash it. I kept it a bit simple. Some of my smaller ones, like my 4 foot by 6 foot ones, they rammed, absolutely rammed with fake vines, fake plants and ivy. You know, fake ivy. I've got it all over like a curtain coming down. You know, so it's really busy. And the more secure they feel, the more likely they are to be at front, looking out. I mean, the good thing about live plants is they keep humidity up a bit better, don't they, live plants?
Keep humidity, and then when we've got the smaller enclosures, dare I say normal, you can obviously do the bioactive setups as well then.
Yeah. Plants and monitor lizards don't go together very well usually. They just
I should imagine they don't, no.
No, they just trash everything. They trash everything. They try and get to lights, trying to find ways out all the time. And they're strong, incredibly strong. Even when they were younger, they were trying to get away, and I managed to hold on. They're just so strong. They try and wedge behind anywhere. It's like they've nailed themselves to it. They're incredibly strong animals. It's surprising. I mean, when you get something like the Asian water monitor, you've got to trust them, and you've got to be able to read them, or you're going to get into trouble with something that strong.
Well, the strength of that. I mean, even in the geckos and the little anery we've got, the strength is just crazy.
Yeah,
and
we're weak species.
Green tree pythons, right? So he breeds them, and he's right up on it. So he says, what scares you about the snakes, Wayne? With such large lizards, monitors, their bites not be loads worse.
I know it is. I know. I can't understand. It's just a phobia, and I mean, a phobia by definition is something what's irrational, isn't it? Just holding me iguanas even, or my monitors climbing on me, they rip me to shreds, and I'm bleeding every day. And if I got bit by one, I mean, it's dangerous, isn't it? It could be life-changing even with some of the big ones. So I don't know why. I'm just scared of them. I don't know. I think it's because I don't trust them, because I don't know them. I don't understand them. I suppose if I got a couple and I got used to them, and I'd probably get into it in a big way. It's just that initial getting over that phobia, isn't it? Well, I'll never get over spiders. I'll never get over spiders. You know, it'd never convert me to that. Snakes, maybe. I am fascinated. I think they're beautiful. And I used to love watching them. But I used to watch them with my feet on settee because I couldn't have them dangling when I was watching a snake program. They took them out under the settee and bit me.
For me, I mean, I'm going to shock a lot of people in the trap now. I weren't overly impressed. I weren't overly keen on tarantulas or big spiders. I was always a bit like, nah, you're all right. Yeah. Centipedes, I would run a fucking mile. In fact, my best mate's partner, she used to send me pictures on Messenger of giant centipedes, and I'd have to get the missus to delete them. I couldn't open them. And now, because I was given the 2 spiders, and I don't know what happened, something clicked, and I just looked at them, and I thought, because you got to look after them and all the rest of it, they suddenly become interested. And then I started getting into them, and it was just like, yeah. And then suddenly we got more and more and more and all the rest of it. And then with centipedes, it was BTS 2019. I went there, and there was a Scolopendria dehani, and I looked. I think it was like 15 quid then, and I thought, do I?
Yeah.
And it took everything in me, and I thought, yeah, I can do this, and I got it. And then as soon as I put it into its enclosure, that fear had gone, and it was like, right, I've got to look after you. It needs to be set up. You need deep substrate. You need this. You need that. You need that. Bang. And now I've got about what 6 centipedes now. I was just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean we keep tarantulas at shop. I have nothing to do with them. If a customer comes in and say, "Oh, have you got any tarantulas?" I go, "Sharon, customer for you." I mean, nothing to do with them.
Anton says, if you're ever in Scotland, he'll help you get over the fear.
Do you know what? I wished I could. And I think I would put myself in a situation, to be honest. We're an experienced keeper. And as long as it kept its head away from me, I would pick it up. I would hold it, handle it. I would like to go over and fit. I would actually. I thought about getting a royal python because obviously they're a bit docile, aren't they? Although they can be fussy eaters, can't they? So put me off a bit.
Dakota's just says, my plant lights cost me a fortune, says Stacey. Stacey, drop me a message after this. Dakota says, Wayne, Amazon tree boas are absolutely beautiful. You would really be amazed on how beautiful that snake species is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
See, Anton will tell you, an Amazon tree boa is something else I've been looking at quite a lot.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, there's a couple of things that now people like Stacey got me like onto the reptile forum group. It's just like, my God, there's just so much variety, so much to choose, and so much to think about.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so what else can I take on and still have time to do everything else?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But so much you think of space, how much interaction they need. You know what I mean? There's so many aspects to. Just because you want something, it don't mean it's going to fit into your life, does it?
No. It's thank you to everybody that's liked and shared. Really, really do appreciate your support. I was scared of tarantulas back when I was into fish keeping. Then I got introduced to a massive LP. I just fell in love, says Tony's. Yeah, this is something that I would say to anybody and everybody that wants to get into tarantulas. Tarantulas are one of the most addictive species on the planet to keep, I think. And I think it's because they're so readily available, so easy to get hold of. But I think you've got to have a mindset of, if you're going to get them as tiny slings, have you got enough room for them when they're bigger? Have you got enough money to pay for their food and to pay for their new enclosures? Have you got the money and the stuff there in the background ready to keep them all nice and warm? Because as soon as you get past, I don't know, about 30, 40, you're moving away from heat lamps, heat cables and heat mats, and you're thinking more about heating a room up. We were very, very lucky with the electric and gas deal. The missus got it in town about, just after Christmas. We were exceptionally lucky to get that deal. But yeah, that is one of the things I always say to people is have you got the time? Have you got the money to feed them? and then have you got the backing to keep them all nice and warm.
Another thing you've got to think about is, say, at my age, because obviously I'm 50, if I were to get a long-lived lizard now, I've got to think, I could be 70, 80-year-old. Would I be able to deal with that lizard when I'm that age?
Yeah,
you know
that's true.
So now I've reached an age where I've got to think, can I have that? If I really want it, can I have it? Unless I bought an adult, what were 7, 8-year-old, and it's only got 7 or 8 years left or whatever, it'd be different. But if I were to get a baby black throat or something, I think, well, I've got to deal with that when I'm old. Do you know what I mean? Can I do it?
Skinks are amazing, says Ellie. Anton says blue tongue skink. They are pretty cool.
It is something I've considered getting, actually, that. I did consider it.
I think that, are they all wild caught, the skinks?
I've not really looked into them. You've got pink tongues as well, haven't you? They're getting popular now.
Because I know, Ellie, didn't you have a trio of skinks that you're trying to breed? I can't remember. It's been a long time since that. This has. I think it was when I first started chatting to Ellie. She was on about them. In Lincoln. Hello, Anton. Yeah, Anton, you need to come to the British Tarantula Society. Most of them are wild caught, says Stacey. Yeah. Yeah, I thought they were.
I'd be screaming in corner like a little girl if I went to Tarantula place. I'd be terrified.
Do you do much work in Coventry?
No.
That's a shame.
yeah. No, I've not. No, I stay pretty local, really. Luckily, I've got a lot of work around local. Thing with flooring is, unless you're commercial flooring, it's when I'm domestic, you tend to stay in 20-mile radius. Sometimes I go a bit further. Going to Nottingham sometimes. Tamworth I've been to from Mansfield, so you know what I mean. Probably an hour away max usually.
Yeah, Ellie says she's got 2 sun skinks, but she can't get a male because as they're all wild caught.
Right. You know one lizard I would like? A Boyd's forest dragon. I'd love a Boyd's forest dragon.
I've never heard of them.
Oh, they're stunning. I would love them because I've got some mounted on dragons, Edgar and Edith, and I love Edgar. I come home and he's at his door and he's like that, just wedged against the door. I open the door, put my finger, he climbs on my finger, and then I just put it there and he just jumps onto my shoulder, and then I'll have my T-wise on my shoulder. I just love them little species like that.
I mean, I know there's tons of them out and about, but morning geckos is something else I've been looking at.
Yeah.
And as Carl in the chat earlier, he's got a couple, and he only lives literally 5 minutes up the road from me as well. Right. So we're hooking up pretty soon, and one of the Exo Terriers over here is going to get a bit of a makeover for those. Definitely, we're going full bioactive setup.
Right.
Got like that one's got a chromatopalma pubescens spider, and they're semi-arboreal, but it's only a smallish spider.
Yeah.
But it's not living semi-arboreal. It's living on the ground. So I'm going to swap their enclosure out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for something else. Put the morning geckos in there. Got the lighting already. We've got the ballast as well. That's all going underneath the shelf and then all blocked off and all sorts. Got some right ideas. Got some mad ideas for that little bit of shelving there, actually. It's going to be a bit.
I've got some crazy ideas for my front room. I've got to redo some enclosures, but then I'm going to build fake rock and join them all together, and I'm going to have a tarpaulin front roof, and that room is going to be a jungle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got no settee or anything. I've only got a deck chair, you know.
Have you got any other? You got any of the other enclosures that are lit up at the moment, or are they all in darkness because of the
all
routines?
in darkness? Because I've got them on time. It's 8 o'clock, gone off, and then I need a bit of rest myself from them. The trouble with mine is they all want to be interactive. If it were just caring for them, it'd be all right. But I need that space away from them, and they're everywhere. So I have to have lights out, let them go to sleep, so I can have a bit of peace. I just need it because obviously I work hard on my knees all day. So everywhere, flooring, carpets, laminate.
Oh,
my own business. Yeah. Which is getting towards my age. It's getting hard. I've done it 30 years now.
I used to work for Antico.
Did you?
Yeah. It's all built in that in Coventry. I put all the stands up in the shops. God, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
That was
expensive stuff.
Yeah. So you got the Spacia. That's a cheaper version. That's made in China, though.
There's some really cheap stuff now. LVT, luxury vinyl tile. It's quite reasonable now, but it's all about your prep. It's your prep what costs a lot of money. The floor's got to be like a building table.
How come you don't put the vinyl floor in just up around the enclosures?
It can be quite heavy, you know.
Okay. Yeah. With the glue as well as
Yeah. It don't like hanging. People say, "Can you do a step?" And it don't grab. You've got to use contact adhesive to get it to keep it on, and that'd be not good for reptiles. But Proplex is light as a feather. So
Robbie got his stars and subs. Sweet as. It was about time. He's 16. I did share his out on the community post as well.
What's that one? I'll subscribe to it.
That's Robbie's Talking Teas.
Right.
That's all.
I'll give him a subscribe. Yeah.
Just having a quick look down the chat. Hi everyone, I've been watching on TV since 8. Hi Russell, thank you so much.
Hi Russell.
It's mind blowing to think that people don't just watch on the phone and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Mind blowing to think people put it on the telly.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. It's really weird. Really weird for me.
Yeah. I hardly ever watch TV, to be honest. So I watch YouTube. Clint's Reptiles, Camp Kennan, things like that. Nerd now and again.
I watch Camp Kennan. I like Camp Keenan. I like him for so long, and same with Clint's Reptiles. But he's very. I don't know what it is. I think he's very.
He don't go in depth, does he?
Channel focused, let's say. He's very channel focused.
He's got a market. He does bring people that aren't as knowledgeable. It's enjoyable to watch. I like it. I like him. He's a nice guy.
And then I watched Richard, but from Northern Exotics. But a lot of what stuff I watch is just, I said last week, just boring stuff. I watch Post 10, and especially just before bed, because my mind just goes off on one at night time. So just before bed, I like to watch a bit of Post 10, and all he does is he unblocks big, massive drains in America by himself. He don't get paid for it, but he gets, some of his videos got millions and millions of views, and he'll drain a whole street that's flooded, and he'll show you. And for me, just watch it. I think it's just watching the water is quite hallucinating.
Yeah,
quite hallucinating.
I've got a lot of running water in my house. I like to hear it. It's calming. Isn't it? Noise of running water, trickling water.
Definitely.
I also watch Brian, if I dare say his name.
I like a bit of Brian.
I like it when he's in the reptarium. I'm not bothered when he's with snakes.
No, with the rubs, I'm a bit like, that's a bit of shit there, really. When he's in that reptarium, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but how about the ones that are in little boxes out the back?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all right having that in a real nice enclosure, but you've got ones in tiny little boxes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why are ones out so special? That's the only problem I've got with him. His knowledge and everything else is amazing. Yeah, okay.
Oh, God, yeah.
But it's just that one little bit is just like, I don't understand, why he has to have so many and tiny little rubs.
Because he's got geckos in rubs, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Just
and I know he gets a lot of shit for it as well, doesn't he? He does get a lot of shit for it.
He does. He does.
Rightly so. But in the back of my mind, again, I'm thinking, well, if you want that many snakes, you should have that much room to create a proper enclosure for each one. Same with the geckos. I know people said that in the chat earlier on that the baby geckos, baby snakes are all right in small rubs. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But as soon as they get bigger, and he has got quite decent sized snakes in these rubs, that's the only thing that I've got an issue with. And it's a bit, for me, it's a bit, oh, come on, mate.
They're never going to leave that rub, though, are they? They're never going to have any.
No.
It's just an existence. They're just going to be in there breeding all their life. They never have any enrichment or anything. You know what I mean? They need to come out, don't they? It's to be honest, he's made his money. He could not do that now. No. He could just have his reptarium. He's expanding that again, isn't he?
Yeah.
He must make a fortune on YouTube. Nearly 3 million subscribers. Ease up on snakes a bit and geckos, and don't have them in. Don't have that many, and don't have them in rubs. You know what I mean? But that's just me.
He's going to look like a bad boy here because 90% of these huge breeders use racks purposely for breeding.
Yeah. I just can't see an animal as a business, personally. But
it's not something I agree with. It's just like it's like a snake farm, instead of.
Yeah, it's not something I could do, but I'm not going to tell anybody else.
Having a display tank and then not, but then again, I come from the invert world. We don't have like a little tiny area or tiny enclosures for one spider and then a bigger one for a display. Do you know what I mean? We make an appropriate size for every single one.
Yeah, which should be the case for any animal, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely crazy. But
I mean, we call it prison when we get put in a box, don't we?
Yeah. Just going to bring Ellie in as well. Hi, Ellie.
Hello.
Hi, Ellie.
You all right?
Fine, thank you. A bit warm in here, but
It's warm in here too, but probably not as hot as in there.
Yeah, at least I've got a basking platform above me, so it does keep the lights off me a bit.
Yeah.
stops the suntan.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna come on. We're a knotted handkerchief and a string vest on, and a pillar up my belly. Look like a typical Englishman in sun, but.
So how is everybody doing? I have been watching. I did log in when it opened, and then my internet went off. So I just typed hi, and then it went off, and then it took ages to come back again.
It's gone quick, isn't it?
It does. When you start chatting away, you start having fun, and then when you get into the comments as well, it just goes flying by.
Yeah, it's good. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this, so quite interesting.
I actually like lizards, so it's like even more interesting for me. I'm a lot more comfortable watching and listening to you than I am with the venomous snakes. I got nothing against snakes. I keep snakes. I have we'll hold other snakes, but there's always that. Like for me, I just get worried, and I'm just like, but what if? Yeah.
For me, I feel like snakes are more instinctive than what a lizard is.
I don't know about that one. It depends.
Because I've got no experience with them. It's just a perspective I've got without having any knowledge about it, really.
See, I would say you probably know as much about your animals for as long as you've been keeping them as he does about his, where he's confident with his because he's had them for ages.
Yeah.
You've had yours for ages. I haven't had them. So
Yeah.
me watching them, it'd be like, but what if? Because I haven't stayed the whole time with him, so I don't have that like feeling that, okay, yeah, I know what he's doing. I haven't been around.
Yeah, it just take a while to learn to read certain species. I mean, I think nothing offering my water monitor a rodent or some chicken by hand. I just pass it and she takes it gentle. You know what I mean? Because I understand her. And obviously I built that bond up. But I wouldn't dare offer her one to a snake. You know what I mean? Even with tongues, I'd be like terrified.
I got corn, like Scott got a corn. Mine's a wee baby corn. But babies can be just as vicious as adults.
Well, you're a scary animal when you're a little noodle, aren't you? So
I think they're a lot more full on when they're babies because I think they're living in the world and they're learning what to expect. Like at one point, I had 2 corns because I was raising one for my brother so he could surprise his missus. And he was terrified of it. So instead of going to the shop and getting it Christmas time for his missus, he said, can I send you the money? Can you buy me one, a good one, make sure it's healthy, everything like this? Keep it at your house so every week I can come, learn to handle it, learn to take care of it. So on Christmas Day, you can physically give her the snake in his hand. That's what we did, like for a good 4 or so months.
Right.
But mine, I think where it's used to being like with me and used to being fed, is not very vicious anymore when it comes to feeding. It's like, yeah, I know my mum's going to give it to me. She gives it to me all the time.
Yeah. I mean, they do learn, don't they? And they learn certain behaviours and that, depending on how you act with them and everything. So
yeah, when I first got the other one, it was so fast. And the minute you just give it a tiny bit, it's like killed up really quickly. Like to say it was like a big snake and it was really a tiny snake. It was so funny. But you love it though, corns. You don't really have that worry with corns because even if they bite you, they're not going to do too much damage.
No. I mean, I don't know why I'm scared of getting bit because it wouldn't hurt me compared to what the scratches I get even.
I know.
The corn that I've got, he just takes his food. Let's say that's his food. He just comes up and goes, that's it, gentle.
Yeah.
It doesn't go boom, there's none of that. It just comes up, sniffs it, and goes like that. Literally, so gentle.
Yeah.
See, mine's quite gentle, but it never used to be when I first started it. But I think I had it around 8 weeks, so I had it around 2 months old.
Yeah.
And that now I've had it for about 5 months, so it's about 7 months old, and it's still no more than 2 foot, or just under 2 foot, but it's still skinny. It's like really, really thin. It's no bigger than my little finger.
Anton says his GTPs are very aggressive feeders. And he says his Gendros will keep your fingers as its supper.
I can believe it as well, yeah.
I suppose it just shows you the difference from species to species, even with striking.
Yeah. And then there's obviously each species has got certain characteristics, but then you've got individuals within that species what can act differently.
Same with the spiders, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I've got quite a few water dragons. They're all friendly, but some are more confident than others. And do you know what I mean? And I hand feed everything. I do. I think it's a way of bonding and getting them to trust you. All my monitors I hand feed. Always have done, even though you should ball train, really, target train, but I never have, and it's always worked for me.
Ball training doesn't always go to plan, though, does it?
I've never tried it. I've
quite a few people ball train because I really wanted to get a monitor, and the reason I didn't is because he's bigger than my dog, and my dog is like half the size of me.
Yeah.
Like, it might as well have my whole house, and I might as well move into the garden. Do you get what I mean? That's why I didn't get it. But like all the studies I did, all the research I did on them, a lot of the ball trainings, as much as they approve them and say do it, you've got to be really careful because they can go horribly wrong.
Yeah. I mean, obviously my monitors are quite big. Obviously Asian water monitor I've got. But they're so intelligent. They know the difference between your hand and food. They just know the difference. And they're just so intelligent. You can do wonders with them. You can do wonders. I treat them like a dog. I treat everything like a dog, basically. They seem to act that way.
My cats are more scary than my dogs.
Cats are scary. They're the boss, aren't they? They decide what they're going to do.
So do you only got lizards, or do you got anything else?
I've got an English Mastiff, and I've got sugar gliders.
Oh, they're like them little. Oh, what do you call them? They kind of look like hamsters, don't they? But they fly.
Yeah, they've got a membrane between their legs and their arms, and obviously jump and glide.
I was just trying to think what they are. It's like I do know what they are, but what are they?
Yeah, well, they're from Australia. The marsupial's got like a pouch, or when they have babies, they've got a little pouch like a kangaroo. It goes in there.
Okay.
Nocturnal. They poo and wee everywhere.
Oh, wow.
They don't care. They usually wait till they come on you, and then they wee on you all the time. They like to wee on my arms for some strange reason. And then, yeah, and then I'll give them a treat. And they'll sit and they go on my back, and then I hear this little wheezing noise, and they're pooing on me.
Oh wow! I think
they wee and poo on you all the time.
Weed on me is my toad. That thing, just every single time you hold it, it's like it's got to piss on you.
my Pac-Man does it. I did a short video of my Pac-Man. Picked him up. He filled my hand with pee. So when I washed it, picked him up again, and then he did it again. I looked at him. I was literally like, "How has all this fluid just come out of you?"
Mind you, when one of the monitors decides to poo on you and wee on you, or iguanas, water dragons do it to me now and again. I mean, it don't bother me. It's just part of being with him, isn't it? I'm not squeamish with it like that. It's no bit of disinfectant, clean it up, no problem, is it?
Nah, it don't bother me.
You've got to have a stomach for it if you've got animals, because even dogs,
the
minute they get sick with something, even if it's just a cold, they spew on your carpet or on your nice floor right after you've cleaned it. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Or you wake up in the morning and they've done it outside your bedroom door, and it's like, really?
Well, my dog sleeps in bedroom with me. He's allowed to sleep in bedroom, but I shut the door because the sugar gliders, they live free. They're not in a cage. So 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll hear them scratching at the door, trying to get to me.
Oh,
wow.
But when I get up in the morning, they've already put themselves to bed. So they're too active to cage. I don't like caging them. They're really active. And being nocturnal, I could let them out for an hour, but they don't come out till like 12 o'clock. So I like to stay up for half an hour with them. But if that were it, and I had to put them back in a cage, they've had half an hour of freedom. A great big animal what wants to jump about and explore. So I just let them live free.
See, if you got the space, and like you've got the space and you haven't got anything else that's gonna contradict letting them be free, then that's fine. But it's like, if I took my dragon out and I took my eye off her for 2 seconds, one, she thinks she can fly, so I gotta be scared she doesn't get up high and fall down. 2, they like to play tag with the other animals. Like Scarlet doesn't like the dragon. She does, but she likes to go up to the dragon.
Yeah.
Like Scarlet's my bulldog. So if she goes up to the dragon, she'll sniff the dragon and sit down next to the dragon. If the dragon moves just a centimeter close to Scarlet, Scarlet's gone. She's like a 30-kilo dog. So all I need is her paw print on this dragon, because it's still quite young. And it'll be.
I mean, I keep my dogs separate, to be honest. There's been times when I've had like my mountain own dragon sat on me and dogs laid behind me, and it jumps right into dog's feet, and my dog just like puts his nose down to it and not hurt it. But I wouldn't want him anywhere near me big lizards.
Yeah. You
know, like my monitors, my Tegu. I wouldn't like to see them too near each other. So I keep them separate. But he knows he's an intelligent dog, and if I let one of the big ones out, he goes and lays in the kitchen. He knows to go away.
Yeah. See, we're like, I've had my dragon since it was like a really like small baby. It was like this big when I got it, and ever since it was small, I've always introduced them.
Yeah.
So they don't really fear it or attack each other. But my concern is if just for 1 second I took my eye off them, because my dragon is her head's here and her tail's here. So she's about that big, which is probably a foot, just over a foot, because I'm quite small.
Yeah.
So, like, and my dog's 30 kilos. Like, the dragon's nowhere near that. Her bone structure is probably not that strong if Stella accidentally stepped on her. So yeah, that's my like biggest worry, and that's why I have her out when I'm ready to handle her, or the kids want to handle her, or we've got our eyes on her, or she's having a bath and things like that. Where the snake is easy to just carry with you anywhere you go. You just wear her like a bracelet and she'll happily stay there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not really an issue with that one. She is like
I'm lucky. A lot of my lizards will just sit on my shoulder. I can walk around the house and they'll not budge. Like my frilled dragon will sit there, Ronnie or Reggie. One of them will sit on me. Water dragons don't budge. Me mountain owned dragons, he'll sit me for hours. It's the pamper chameleon, Mr. Skittles, he wanders, whereas my Yemen chameleons will sit still. My monitors, I can't walk around with them because they're jumping all over the place and trying to hide somewhere.
See, my Maxie will stay still if I'm moving. If I am moving, she will just stay there and observe because she likes to be up high to observe. The minute I stop, or if I sit down and she's still there, she will try and jump like she can fly.
Yeah.
She has no like depth awareness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got to be really like cautious of that. So like when the kids are handling her, I'll be like, sit on the floor. If she jumps, she's not gonna go for her. Because we didn't know she was a jumper to begin with, because when we got her from the pet store, they were like, oh no, they're perfectly fine, they will just do as they're told and like be there, and yeah, that's not the case.
Even chameleons will jump, they startle, they can jump, chameleons.
Well, it's not like I didn't have any experience with them, because my brother's got two and my uncle got one, and I was always out over there cleaning them out, handling them. Like, I've watched them be raised and being part of raising them.
Yeah.
So it's not like I didn't know nothing. But I don't know, when they just told, oh, this one's really calm, doesn't really jump, doesn't really do this, doesn't really do that. And then the minute you open it up and it's like, that's not exactly what you told me. It's like they just tell you all these things just to say, buy that one, it's the worst one, we want it gone.
Yeah, there's a few horror stories for shops. It's all about making that sale with shops, unfortunately, isn't it?
She's lovely.
The shop we've got in Coventry, KBN, they are pretty good. They want to make sure that you know what you're doing before they even take you anywhere near the counter. Yeah,
I mean, I had one in Saturday. He knows me, kind of. And I wouldn't let him have a male water dragon because I knew he'd got a female. And he kept saying, oh, he come in, he said, I've got a male water dragon. I got it from, I think it might have been Urban at Kirkby. He says, because you wouldn't sell me one. I says, yeah, I wouldn't sell you one because you've got one. And you'd only got one enclosure. Yeah, but I wanted male. And he says, but so they sell me one because you wouldn't sell me one. I said, yeah, because you'd already got one. And he couldn't get it through his head that why I wouldn't sell him one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got one. I don't want him putting another one with. They're not made to be together like that, especially in an enclosure where he's got. If you've got a 10-foot enclosure, then fair enough. You know what I mean? It's a bit more like the wild, isn't it? They can get away from each other.
Yeah.
But not in a normal enclosure where he's got. Nah.
The reptile store I got the dragon from isn't the one I generally use. I was given advice that, they're there, they're a bit cheaper, they're really good, they're this, they're that. So I thought, you know what? I've never been there. I've never checked it out. Let me go and check it out. I got there and I was just thinking, I've seen my brother buy babies and I've never seen babies so small. I was thinking, are they even ready for sale? Because they were literally like this big.
Yeah.
It was tiny. And I was like, okay, I'll get it because it's really cute. And I sort of know what I'm doing anyway. So it's probably not going to be too harmful. Because it's not with their mum, they separated them all out. But then in that, I kept it on this big wood chips. Like, you got this tiny little thing on these big chunks of like wood, and I'm just like, but that's not the best thing to keep them on. Well, you have to keep them on this. This is what they were born on. If you don't keep them on this, then they'll have problems like depression and this, and another. And I was, oh my God, okay, I will get that. So I got that. And just to keep them happy, and just so like, because some of them, I know with my reptile store, we communicate all the time. So if I have any worries, he'll say, let me see a check set up, let me see this, let me see that. And he will help me with everything. So I thought, oh, I will put them on that. So if I need any help and I need to contact them, they can see I've followed their advice.
Yeah.
No one else going to change it when it comes time to changing it anyway. So I did that. I had no problems with her. She's been absolutely brilliant. But now she's on our excavator clay, and they're like beardy life sand stuff.
Yeah.
It's got like a mix of different sands in it, which is super.
Yeah.
So I just thought,
and it creates, when you've got loose substrate like that, it actually creates natural behaviour. They like to dig and that, and it can change them, can't it?
That's the excavator clay. I put the balloons in and I made big holes for her to like get it to grow. No, she doesn't. She likes to go on top. She likes to dig away through. She's gone underneath. She's digged away. She loves it. Yeah.
Enrichment again, isn't it? It's
more natural for them though. Like they were telling me, you can't keep her on sand, you'll get stuck in her digestive system. I said, so how the hell did they catch them from the wild alive? Because they would have all died by now. Because
it's obviously temperature and everything what causes impaction. It's bad husbandry, not the substrate. But people are still stuck in past with certain things. Obviously, we learn new things all the time. But some people don't want to learn.
Substrate though, do they? They just keep them empty.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Are you all right if I go and get a quick cigarette?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, if you want to kill yourself, go for it.
I know, yeah. It's the last of my addictions I need to knock off. Do you know what I mean?
I got a care bit as well, Scott. You're not the only one.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go and have an Easter egg in a bit. I have to have an Easter egg before I go to bed now, because the 99p, how can you not have a Cadbury's Buttons Easter egg at night? Every night.
Easy.
A lot of chocolate.
Well, back to you in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to have a fag.
Have fun. But yeah, the amount of stuff I've seen. Well, I love my dragon. I don't think I could be without my dragon.
No. I couldn't. If anything comes to live here, they live here forever. I couldn't take something in, look after it, and then let it go a few months down the line.
Something serious, like really serious that happens, which says, okay, you need to like, even I've got a lot of animals, so if something happens and I'd say I had to part with some, I'd understand because I've got so many. But I've never bought them with the intent of, oh yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. But a lot of them I didn't buy. Like you get freebies, like when you make so many orders, or in mystery boxes and things like that. And I've won a few different things, so a lot of them I didn't buy.
No. I mean, I get offered a lot of. Probably I get offered about 3 or 4 iguanas a year, Bosch monitors. What people's made a mistake, but I haven't got the room now to give them what they need, so I don't take them in anymore. As much as I'd like to, but if I can't give them what they need, what's point in taking them from one situation to another? What's not going to work out? So, unfortunately, I don't know what happens to them, but I just can't do it anymore. So, if I can't give them a giant enclosure, I'm not going to take them in.
Yeah, it's like that with the sun skinks, because I love them. I think they're amazing. You cannot buy them. Like blue tongue skins, you can buy from captivity breeds. Same as the pink ones, the pink tongue and the fire skinks. You can. Fire skinks more rare to be captive though. But sun skinks, you can't get them captive bred. And I searched for almost a year to get a male. You can't get males. They're virtually impossible. And I've got 2 females, but it's like they were rescued by the reptile shop I bought them from.
Right.
So I'm like, they're forever home, because we have no idea how old they are. We know they were captured as adult females. We know they lived with somebody else for many years until they couldn't take care of them anymore. Then they went to the reptile shop for 18 months, and now I've had them well over a year.
Yeah.
So They can go at any time. They don't really have a long lifespan.
No.
But they're
same with chameleons, isn't it? Especially females. They haven't got a very long lifespan, unfortunately.
I don't know. I don't have a chameleon. I thought about it, but then I know they can be problematic to raise and keep. And
yeah, it's the same as any reptile. A bit of, do your research, and they're quite hardy if you know what you're doing. Just that they have a lot of problems with females being egg bound. The only thing I've had problems with females were carpet chameleons, and they died laying eggs. The eggs were massive, absolutely massive. I can't believe they passed them, and it killed them. But they weren't egg bound because they were laying them. It was just the effort of laying them what killed them. But they're tiny little chameleons. They are tiny, and it's the females what are beautiful. As opposed to like panther chameleons where it's males. It's the females, carpets. Sorry?
Panther chameleons, the big ones, because there's so many different types of chameleons.
Yeah, I mean they're fair size. Bit smaller than a Yemen or a veiled chameleon, as they call them. But obviously the panthers are massive. They're so colourful. But I do prefer the Yemen personality. They're a little bit more feisty.
Yeah.
Yemen. But I mean they can be just as beautiful in their own way. Yemens. I've got quite a few Yemens actually. I've got 2 panthers and I don't even know how many Yemens I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 Yemens.
Oh wow. Are you looking to get anything else?
No. No, I'm at my limit with the way I deal with my reptiles, because I spend a lot of time with each one. I really can't take anything else on because it would start to impact how I interact with what I've already got. I spend every waking minute other than work interacting with them, and to have another would be taking away from what I've already got.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot. So
the skinks, I don't really interact with them only because it's not really good for them. It stresses them out.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to dig them out because they burrow.
Yeah.
Like the fire skinks are a fair size. They're about.
Yeah, we had some in the shop not long ago, fire skinks.
But the ones I got, they're only like maybe 9 or 10 centimeters. They're quite small. Yeah. And they're super fast. And with being from the wild, if anything comes at them, they naturally think predator.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it stresses them out quite a lot. So it's best for them as long as you. I did provide plants, but they damaged them. They took up the roots, and all that. And then, so the plants, they died. I put a waterfall in there, and they managed to block it up. So the waterfall came out. Like I had everything as natural as possible, but now it's more like bioactive without waterfalls or anything like that. I just add water and remove water where I need to. Yeah. So I chuck loads of crickets and stuff in because they don't feed like a dragon. You can't, like the beardy dragon that I got, you can't just feed it and it's going to eat them. They have to hunt. Right. If they don't hunt, they won't eat it. So you've got to like release them in and then give it about 20 minutes and you'll see them just darting across them, like hunting and them. And it's so nice to watch, but you've got to like step back because they'll feel that vibration. Right. Feel that movement and they won't come out. So yeah. Welcome back.
I can see you now.
I am back. Cup of tea.
It's all right for some, isn't it? Think I might get a handful of pond water.
I
need my tea.
Low calorie wine. I didn't even know they did low calorie wine.
What's going on in the chat? I love the Jackson chameleon. I love false chameleons. I want so much stuff, says Anton. I don't interact with mine much. More of a display animal. Same with us. Mark, what's Peter's chameleon? Because that was beautiful. It's like blue. Was it the pink chameleon? Pink something.
There's no end of locales, isn't there? If it's a panther chameleon, there's that many different locales. It's beyond me. Ambanjano, whatever they call them, and all sorts of. They just look nice to me. I don't go into all this different locales and stuff.
See, sometimes I think it's necessary, because sometimes you might be keeping them one way, and then you might find that piece of information, like a local area or something like that.
Yeah, just a bit different, yeah.
Like loads of chameleons, but they could come from different areas. And that one area, like if you go to Africa, you go to one part of Kenya and it's quite green and like it rains and stuff. You go to another part, it's pure dry.
Yeah.
So like it's the same country, but different parts are different. Like you got to treat them differently. So
well, it's like I keep both Chinese water dragons and Australian water dragons.
Yeah.
And they're not even closely related. And the Australian water dragons don't need the high humidity that the Chinese water dragons do, but people think they do.
Oh wow.
And they're set up for that. And they're actually more terrestrial than what the Asian one is.
Yeah.
I found mine, they do climb, obviously, they are semi-arboreal, but I find that they do like to be on the floor, whereas my Chinese water dragons never go to the floor. In their enclosure, they always hardly ever go to the floor. Whereas the Australians, 50% they on floor.
Oh wow.
But like I say, they don't need the high humidity. I know a lot on Australian water dragon groups don't even spray their dragons.
What was you going to say, Scott? You were saying something.
I can't remember. I think. Oh yeah, we were about the panther chameleons. I just asked Mark if that was Peter Webster's one, because I've seen that one and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just on the chameleons, it's the hands, well, or feet, paws. What do you call them?
Well, the feet, yeah. They've got fused toes, and they have to physically, they have to physically open the feet to keep them open. You know.
It just absolutely amazes me, their feet.
Yeah.
I was just watching them go, just ever so gentle again. They're not like you know, like I'd be if I was up in a tree. They're very, very much like,
they're almost sloth-like. Very deliberate.
Exactly.
They're deliberate on how they move, but I'll tell you now, they can move when they want to.
That's what he said. Actually, he said, "Don't be fooled. That thing can get that."
They can motor when they want to motor. I'll tell you. If I open Mr. Skittles' door,
chameleons can be moody. Stacey said chameleons can be moody.
Yeah, I mean, I know quite a few people with moody chameleons. I've got a couple. I think it's 5 Yemens. I think I've got 2 on them are moody. Others are fine. Panther, they tend to not be as moody. I did have years ago. I had a Mellors chameleon. They big. He were wild caught as an adult, and it took me 6 months before I could even go anywhere near him. If I looked at him across the room, he used to go black and mouth open, hands were like this, like a little mini T-Rex going at me. And now we're across the room. I'd only got to look at him. It took about 6 months to sort him out.
Russell asked, are we able to see any more animals, Wayne?
Not tonight, because obviously 8 o'clock my lights go out, so they've all gone to sleep. In fact, I bet Walter's asleep now.
Yeah. Kyle,
well, we're not falling upon.
She's like 7 years old now.
We can always do another live in the day, Wayne.
Yeah. Have to get
that might be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got plenty. Could do iguanas, or could do one at monitors, or chameleon, or whatever. Yeah,
that would be pretty cool. That would.
Yeah. Do water monitor or something. Watch me get attacked by her or something. Yeah, we
That
can do
would
it.
be-
Yeah, we'll do something. We one of them. Yeah.
All right, superb. We'll organise something in the next couple of days then, for definite.
Yeah.
Well, Mark said it was nice to see you all over, Pete Scott. We visited Peter Webster. We dropped off 2 Taylor Swift Scorpions to Mark and 2 for Peter, and we got to go in his invertarium, which is massive shed at the bottom of his garden. It was manusive, and it was just like, for me, it was just, I was like a kid in a candy shop, just spiders just everywhere. Got some crazy snakes, got the Tegu, got the Chameleon as well, but just the spiders, I was just like, where'd you start first? It was literally like, the BTS in a shed. It's just like absolutely amazing, and him and his family were just so welcoming. It was unreal, and obviously Mark the Spider Guy, he was there as well. It was so nice. We probably broke every lockdown rule going, but you know, it's been a year since we've done anything, so
yeah, it's long enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lockdown's getting to me a bit with friends and stuff like that now. Hopefully we get the jabs and everything gets lifted, because Ellie's over in Wales, and we've got a couple of other friends that are in Wales which we want to go and see.
Yeah.
Tara's desperate to come over to you, ain't she, Ellie?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much fun.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be a bit of a laugh.
You're gonna be suffering.
Hey?
You're gonna be suffering.
Why?
Because we're 2 short women, both Aries, both feisty, both the same age.
I can handle Tara. I'm sure I can handle 2 of you.
Really? When you got tag team on the go.
I ain't saying nothing.
Have I just done chat to you?
But yeah, Stacey says I want to come see Tara too. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, well, I'll say a lot. There's Stacey, there's Ellie, and there's Leah from Unusual Pets, which for Tara it's up there to go visit. There's a couple of others, but they don't even live in this country, like Exotics Radio Podcast. I'd love to go and knock her door. And Spider Mum's. I'd love to go and knock Spider Mum's door.
Right.
She's offered to send me and Tara plane tickets to go for a ladies' night anyway.
I'd be up for that. I'd be up for sending her. Where is she tonight?
She was on. I did speak to her briefly.
Yeah, Spider World, Wayne. Awesome.
I'll never sleep if I watch that.
You'll be fine. You need a spider in your life.
Are you scared?
If it got out, I'd be terrified.
Then get a tarantula. It's different. They're not the same.
Ooh, no, I'll stick to lizards, to giant lizards. That'll do me.
I think I've got like 54 tarantulas now. I've got a lot. Not as many as Scott, but I still got a lot. Then I got scorpions and everything else going on too.
I have got a friend what keeps tarantulas, quite a few of them actually.
I've only got so many because of the addictive personality, I think.
Oh, you kept the backing now one as well, yeah?
Yeah.
The back arm.
I don't mind the exoterra backing.
Yeah, but have your spiders started to destroy them yet? Because I'm in 2 minds whether or not to take my backing out of my LPs, because he's literally took a big chunk out of the top of it.
That's what's in there.
Yeah, well, them doors would be shut if I were there.
That's the adult female LP.
Oh wow!
I've got a few of those.
What size enclosure is that?
That's a good question.
Because it looks smaller than mine, and I keep mine in a 45 by 45 by 30.
That'll be a 30 by 30 by 30, that will it?
No, it'd be a
I think
45
it is, yeah.
by 30. That one will be 30 by 30 by 30, I think. It just looks like the way he lifts it is too light to be a 45.
I've got strong arms.
Yeah, but it's
Well, I
not
think it
that.
is the thing.
You
But
gotta
that one,
be more cautious with a 45.
she's going, she is.
I know.
Because I've got some, well, we've got quite a few of the LPs, so I don't mind getting rid of her. Ellie, do you remember that?
Yeah, that was one of the do you actually use it though?
No. I'll put it up in the spider room.
Oh, I've got loads of them. I collect them.
They're awesome. Tara does. Tara uses bookmarks. Right, let's say Mark Spider said, guy says, I love Christine. Spider fear is all in the mind, says Russell.
It is.
I don't think I could keep a tarantula, said Anton. Mark the Spider guy, and I love Ellie, he says. Stacey, I'm getting one. Scott's a bad influence. Yeah, Stacey's getting an LP. It starts at 1. It is an addiction, and you have been warned.
Same with lizards. I'm saying that.
I had like 6 within the first 3 weeks of getting my first.
Well,
I ain't got room for one. I ain't got room for one.
I had the 2 for a little while.
Are you sure about that? You get a dwarf and then you get a box like this.
No. I'd have to get to. I don't know. I don't want one. I'll stick to my lizards.
We had 2. Well, I had 2, and then I got with Tara, and then we ended up going to KBN and getting a few more. Then I bought before all the controversy and stuff, and before people educated me, I bought a load of mystery boxes from CFTN, and then since then it's just gone absolutely exploded.
Hang on.
Can you imagine having mystery boxes for lizards?
Can you imagine that?
Open it. Oh, have I got a leopard gecko? Oh, that's a Nile monitor. That's all right.
Speak of the devil, here she is. Spider Mum is online now. Hi, Spider Mum. Hi, Christine.
See, I think it'd be much harder to do a mystery box of lizards because
it'd be impossible.
You get it.
Yeah.
Like even with tarantulas, like there was a few times I had mystery boxes and I was like, "What the flying fuck is this? Like, what do I do with this?" You have no warning of what you're getting. You think you're going to get babies, and then randomly out of the blue, you get this juvenile, which is like a bit bigger, and you're like, oh shit, I have no enclosures that size because all mine are this big.
Oh, Jason's online as well. Jason's watching Spider Mum's other half.
Whoop, whoop, Jason. You gotta love
Or Jason E, I'll call him because he's just called me Scotty E. Moon's back. Where have you been, Moon? You don't usually disappear. Hope you're all right. Hope everything's okay, Moony boy. Is the water dragon still around, Mark? Mark Wayne.
Yeah, he's up there somewhere.
I'll just read Mark's comment. I'll do that all the time. I get in trouble with doing that at work. Call my boss Colin instead of Alex and all sorts. Do you reckon we could get him out again?
Yeah, I'll just get him.
It doesn't look like he's got much room to move, the poor dude.
Oh. Ellie, that pond he's got at the back is 9 foot. 9 foot long.
Walter? Come on, Bella.
It's that time of night where Ellie plays with a pussy.
Only jealous because you haven't got one to play with.
Yeah. If I had one, I'd play with it all the time.
Oh wow, look at the colour.
There he is.
He's like, let me go and run. I want to run.
That little red arrow he's got under his chin.
Oh yeah.
See, that's cute, and I would want to buy that just because it's green.
And he's got a perfect mouth, which is unusual for a water dragon.
Oh wow, look at his tail.
Poor man's iguana. That's what they're called.
See, I really like them, but they take too much space. I haven't got enough space for me to get one. I'd have to get rid of the books, which is the definitely no-go. That's not happening. Then I'd have to get rid of the spiders. Well, that's really hard decision to make. Some have got to go, but not all of them.
No, yeah, they actually, very few people tend to look after these properly. Too smaller enclosure. They just, like a lot of people use fish tanks. Tanks. And you can go on Chinese water dragon groups, and they've all got smashed up faces, all of them nearly. And you don't see many adults on there either, for some reason. But a lot of them are wild caught. That's a problem. I'm trying to remedy that by breeding them.
What I used to notice with the fish, when we used to keep fish, wild caught fish, they used to look quite damaged and quite abused.
Yeah. And
strangely enough, some of them were very brightly coloured, but when they paired up and you got the babies then went poof with the colours instead. It's like discus fish. Discus from the Amazon. You might know, actually, Wayne. I've been to a couple of talks on discus, but I've not actually. But when they're in the Amazon, they're actually dull coloured. They're not brightly coloured, and they're not brightly coloured until you put them into a fish tank with obviously the RO water. It's got to be the RO water in there, and get them going in an actual fish tank. That's when their colours absolutely pop.
Right.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Miss Matthew wants to be nosy. She was trying to get out.
Hold on.
Happy now, Maxie?
Oh.
She's so nosy. She's proper nosy. Oh, are you going to go for a run now? Please don't.
Wayne, have you ever thought about a caiman lizard? Says Anton. He says they're one of the coolest lizards he's ever seen.
Absolutely. And actually, with a big pond like this, it'd be all right. But I've never seen one for sale. And now I haven't got the room for one anyway. Now. I haven't got room to do it justice anymore. I can do what I've got, but another big lizard, I just haven't got the room to build a giant enclosure for it, which it deserves. So, well, yeah, but beautiful animals.
She wants to fly now. She's already started.
Unless you build something outside.
Get out there. Get out.
The only trouble is, I love to be round them. I can go from one room to another and see them, and they can see me. You've got something outside, I'd have to go out and spend more time with that because they don't see me unless I actually go there on purpose. Whereas these will see me walking around the house, and I'll go from one room to another, then come back out again. I'm seeing a lot. And if you've got something you don't pass regular, you've got to spend time with them, otherwise they start to go feral again. They start to lose that trust. You know what I mean? They need to see you all the time, basically. And to have one outside, I'd have to spend more time out there and then start neglecting some of these a bit more time-wise. So I'm at my limit. I can't really do much else in-house. I've got rid of my cooker, I've got rid of my settee. I can't really go any further than that. I've got nothing.
Got rid of your cooker?
Yeah. I've got an allergen oven, and I've got a microwave, and I've got a hob, induction hob, what I've built into the work surface. So I can cook anything, but it gives me more room, doesn't it? So I'm either crazy or dedicated. I don't know which. Or a bit of both.
Definitely single.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been split up about 8 months. We've been together 10 years, but didn't live together. And then she's like, started coming just once a week, and that were too much for me then. Even just coming one night a week. And she'd come, what you got to get them out for? Why I'm here? I say, because they're my babies. I thought you were going in water there. I want to be with them. And she was just giving it way, even that Friday night when she come. I'm like, well, film's done now, you go in. I want to get me lizard out. Yeah.
Yeah, I just get them out anyway. If they don't like it, then I tell them to go.
Well, I did say that to her once. She goes, why you got to get that out when I'm here? And I says, because I've just come home from work. And what does your dog do when you come home? It wants to greet you. Well, these want to see me. So I got them out. I says, if you don't like it, go. So I'm not easy to live with. Everything's lizards. I can come home after 10 hours at work. I've had nothing to eat. And if a lizard wants to come out, I will sit with it for half an hour before I even have anything to eat. Because I feel guilty because it wants to come out.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like now, I got Maxie out because she's scratching at the glass. When she scratches the glass, she wants out. Yeah. But I take her out and I'm on here. I can't let her run around while I'm on here because I'm not watching her. And she's starting to jump everywhere, so it's safer for her to be in there, and she'll come back out tomorrow then anyway. Yeah. So, like, it doesn't come out.
Well, this is the good thing about this enclosure is if we do another one, I could say bring me iguanas in here.
Yeah.
Just put Walter somewhere else for time being. Get the iguanas, and I can sit in here and let them climb on me, and I ain't got to worry about anything. Or I can bring my sail fin in here, and I can always film from in here, and I ain't got to. They can go in water. I can film them in water if they go in, and film them climbing. I can film them coming on my shoulders, and it's an ideal place to do a video, isn't it?
I'm just shocked that she's awake. She should be sleeping right now. The lights are off. Normally she's like sleeping on a log.
Yeah, so all mine. When I go downstairs now, at least I'll have a bit of peace. I can have something to eat before I go to bed. And hi, Leah.
I've already eaten.
Well, I got home at 6:30. I had a tin of meatballs, and then I had to set this up, and that's it.
Oh wow.
So, bit of a nightmare today it's been.
To be fair, I think half of mine is already set up. I think the only day I have off is Saturday, and even then I never used to have Saturday off because I used to be on TTSN. But is it TTSN? I think so. The Saturday night takeaway one anyway.
Oh right.
But it's like there's so much going on, and like there's only certain people that I will say yes to, because I haven't got every single day to say yes. Like I only have Saturday night off now, and I still got uni work to do, and sometimes I feel bad because it's like I know I promised to be on, but I need to take time to finish my uni work. Yeah. Well, you feel bad for it.
Well, I have Sundays off, probably 2 Sundays out of 4. I work every other day. And then obviously I need to spend time with these to keep them as they are.
At the moment, what I've been doing to try and fit everything in, because I got my boys in school, I got my daughters on homeschooling still until next week. I've been getting up early to get some work done before getting the kids before getting on with the day, and then coming on here and still going to bed like 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's just like, I think that's why I'm getting so ill, because I'm just getting like, you know, I think it's exhausted, isn't it? Where I've got so much going on.
I know. Yeah. But today, it don't get any easier as you get older either.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. I'm going to be hitting that big 30 this year.
I can add 20 to that.
I can add 12 to that. Tara's just said she's hitting the big 30 this year as well.
I know.
I can just about remember it.
Me and Tara's 91 babies, born in 91.
I can't remember my 30th whatsoever. Not even a little bit.
No? I can pretty much remember every single one of my birthdays, because it's not really my birthdays where I've been bollocks. It's been the hardest days when I'm really struggling that I end up drunk.
I don't drink, so I can remember them all.
I don't drink now. I've never been a huge drinker, but previous birthdays years ago, yeah, that's where those addictions come back in. But still,
The only one I don't remember is my 26th.
See, I used to drink a lot, but only like nights out or if I was feeling really shit when I was getting a divorce. But apart from that, yeah, I don't really drink as much anymore. I look at drink and I think, no, it just makes me more ill. I would just stick to wine, sambuca, sherry, that'll do.
No, I drink milk. 6 pints a day, literally. Yeah, 6 pints a day. I've always done it since I was boxing years ago.
No, Kyle, thank you very much for joining, mate.
Bye, Kyle.
See you, pal.
See, if I drink even 1 pint of milk, my head will be in the toilet spewing up.
Yeah.
I can't drink milk. I can drink the vegan milk, but even then, I still can't drink loads of it unless it's in like tea and coffee.
Oh no, I love it. I do.
It kicks off my reflex. Any dairy products like the butter, I use the Flora Buttery, which is vegan. I'm not vegan, but like they're made from vegetables. It's not the same thing, so it doesn't set off my reflux.
Right.
So I can eat cows the whole day, but you give me milk and it'll make me sick.
Right.
I do get away with the odd bit of cheese and stuff like that. Dairy isn't so strong. That one doesn't make me as sick as some of the other cheeses. But literally, it's got to be like, if I have cheese now, either it'll affect me tonight or it'll affect me tomorrow.
Right.
So yeah, it's one of them things.
Oh, I love cheese. I like Cheshire cheese. I'll eat half a block of that in one go. I love it.
When I was training, because like before lockdown, I was training like 3 days a week. I actually looked better than now. Now I'm starting to get fatty again. But trying to drink away because I never used to eat enough. So to try and get all the protein from food wasn't really doing me very well, because if I ate the vegetables, I wasn't eating the protein. If I was eating the protein, I wasn't eating the vegetables.
Yeah.
So it's like one or the other. So I would have a mixture of protein and vegetables. Then I would have a protein shake. And I would do it that way. But trying to drink them protein shakes, it took me almost 6 months to learn to keep them down. Like, the problem.
You could mix it with water.
Yeah, I did mix it with water.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you bile with water.
Ellie,
Yeah,
Anton's just asked what your accent is. It's going to be a bit of a combo, isn't it?
yeah. What is Ellie's accent? Sounds much different from Welsh. When you can figure it out, Anton, you tell me what it is then.
It's a Welsh mix.
It is a mix.
Because I can hear little bits, but
it's never been exactly from here or exactly from there, but I'm only ever from here. And I've only lived outside of here for one time for 6 months and for the first time for about 2 or 3 years. Otherwise, I've always been in Cardiff.
Well, I'm wet through now because Walter's just is on my back and he's been in water, so I'm wet through now. Oh, he's gone for a swim now.
Is he swimming?
Well, he's gone to the other side now. He's gone out and gone up there now. Yeah.
Should I be offensive? He said Welsh/Polish. I should be offended, shouldn't I? Like, I should. Most people say, okay, UK/ with like South African or something like that, never Polish. Once I got accused of being in France, like sounding, my accent sounded like France. But that's because I wasn't in the UK, I was in Africa, and you know, they don't know accents there.
Well, I went to a shop last week and they tried to convince me I was Romanian.
Oh, Wales is definitely fluent.
My accent's changed. I used to be Derbyshire, And then I moved to Nottinghamshire, and over the years my accent's changed. Because when I first moved into Nottinghamshire, everybody was saying, "Where are you from?" So a bit of both now.
I've always been in Cardiff. I moved from Cardiff to Salisbury for about 3 years. And then I stayed in Kenya for about 6 months. But otherwise, apart from that, I've always been in Cardiff. So my accent hasn't really like had that time to adjust anywhere else.
Mark says, whatever accent you sound lovely, Ellie. Anton, yeah, it's true. There's a shop across the road that said the missus is Romanian, and she's even got the Welsh look about her. Do you know what I mean? She's 100% Welsh like.
Where is Tara anyway? How come she's not joining us today? Oh, there she is. Hi, Tara. Eating cake again?
Just finished.
Pull the chair around.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she'll be on in a minute, she said.
Are you eating now, Scott?
Yeah.
Eating cake.
There's only one way to get fat. Do you know what I mean? And look. Do you know what I mean? I need to put weight on.
There's only one way.
I need to put the weight on. I'm underweight, so.
There's 2 ways for it. Yeah.
I gotta lose the weight.
I'm going to bring cream cakes in next time.
Yeah. I do like my food. I'm fully aware I could do with getting rid of the podge, but I like my food. I do like. Here's the Romanian missus.
Fuck off. Okay.
I talk very fast. No one can understand me outside of Scotland, says Anton. Do you know what? I worry about that, doing that on the videos. I'll play them back and think I'm talking too quick, but no.
See, I like accents. I like the Scottish accent. I like the Irish accent. I can't even say the word. But the best one for me is when Russians speak English. I love that. I'm like,
it's funny.
It's, just, like,
it's funny.
Deadly and like, ooh, I love it. Especially when you're serving them, they can make the nicest thing sound so evil. That's like my favorite accent ever.
I like Jamaican accents because they sound friendly. They all sound happy and friendly.
Mm. The Jamaicans always come with a vibe, don't they?
Yeah,
they always come with a good positive vibe. Yeah, I get that.
You just feel at ease with them, and I don't know. I just love it.
Just about to see past my own nose.
Yeah, I don't mind them. But I know quite a few Jamaican people anyway, so for me it's just normal. I don't really see it in that way. Like if you ask me if I like reggae, I will tell you reggae is boring. It's the type of music that will send you to sleep or send you into a depression. But if you ask me if I like Jamaican music, then it depends because they have different music. I like soca. I like dancehall. It gets you off your ass. But if I listen to reggae, I'll be asleep. So yeah.
My hairdresser's a Jamaican, and I'm normally the only white guy in there, and I fucking love it. It's brilliant. You have such a crack, such a laugh. Sometimes it's difficult to understand everything that's going on.
I got buzzed.
Tara looks buzzed. She's just been asleep for 2 hours with her 2 little ones.
Oh wow. I gotta get the cats off of the lamp. They're playing with the ball on the lamp.
Ellie's pussy is playing with the ball.
Probably not the first time.
Definitely not the first time.
I'm starting to stiffen up now.
It's hard to sit in one place for long, isn't it? I get my personal.
It is when you've been a carpet fitter for 30 years. Knees go.
Oh,
I was just about to say, how's them knees doing?
That's why I don't go to cinema because I can't sit there long enough.
I suppose.
I've got a couple of my friends who have been carpet fitters, and they work in warehouses now because they said to stop just before their knees give it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a nice job. It's well paid, but it's not nice.
Is that from where you knock that thing? Yeah, because I'm only just learning to lay carpets. And I made a mess of it.
Yeah, it's a skill. Definitely a skill.
It's not that bad for the first time, but it's not the best either.
So the first carpet I ever laid, right, I was about, what, 19? And I took up the old carpet, took it onto the drive, put the new carpet down, cut round it, and put the new carpet in. Fitted perfect.
Oh, I thought, you know, when people do that, they forget you've got to turn it upside down. Or you cut it wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Or they've turned it upside down and cut it, I should say. And then they've got to fit the carpet and shape's wrong side.
Mirror image, isn't it, if you do it up the other way?
Yeah, yeah.
See, what I do is I just put a carpet in the room. I put the corner to the corner, and then I only have to cut on one side then. And I did it like that. But then when you come to do the stairs and you got this big sheet, it was much harder.
Our stairs do this. They go small step, big step, and then all the other steps.
Mine
I was just like, nah.
I got three
literally picked up the phone. I was like, Aaron, can you come and do my carpet on my stairs, please?
You mean a winder, don't you? Like a diamond-shaped stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, pain in the blob.
See, what I did is I cut the tops off and then painted the sides. It looks nice because then the tops is all light and it's got that underlay, you know, the rubber and then the felt and then the carpet. That underlay is even worse than the carpet. So I put the underlay first and then I cut that to just fit on the top of the step, and then I cut the carpet and then tapped it in with what do you call them tack things, so that
carpet
it goes kills, you know, where you got the thing, and then all the rest of it is painted, so it's like dark grey, light grey, dark grey, light grey. It looks quite nice.
I'm glad some people pay to have the carpets fitted, otherwise I'd be out of a job. So not everybody's tight.
I just moved into the house. Carpets for free too, brand new carpets, but they was expensive and it was a butchering job. We all got to learn somewhere.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm just getting a bit old for it now. After 30 years, it takes its toll on your joints and that. So crawling about on floor every day, it's not the nicest of things.
Everything.
I used to put the stands up in the shops from Tegu flooring, but then we used to make the boards and everything for the shows and the flooring for the shows. But that was well easy because the floor, you'd mark it out, but you wouldn't have anything to put up against. Yeah. Because the floor went like this, and then it was just a small drop, so you could fit it and then cut it, just like a step all the way around. So you could fit it, cut it, done. Yeah.
Yeah, when you've got to scribe in up to a skirting board or a door frame and everything like that, and then cut it, scribe it, cut it, bend it, cut it. It's a bit more skillful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plus planning it out when you've got walls and you've got to plan it out, because you don't want to drop a little sliver in down one edge, so you've got to measure it that way, and then if it drops back a bit, you've got to measure that so you don't drop in the slivers everywhere, and it's a skill.
Dale Strong is a very good friend of me in the channel. He's just popped in. He says, "What's up, bitches? Just popping in to say hello. Not staying long because he can't see the screen properly." Yeah, he's got a really bad, exceptionally bad eye infection going on. So much love and well wishes to you, Dale. Fingers crossed you get better soon, mate. I was giving him a bollocking the other day, telling him to get to the hospital and go and get it sorted out. So fingers crossed that doesn't last very long for him. Yeah, Dale's not very well. He's got eye infection.
Pink eye.
Pink eye. I did tell him though. Those infections, when he goes dogging, do the car window up and you won't get it. Yeah, there's a lot of love in the chat for Dale. Anton, I'm keeping one of mine just now, green tree pythons. Yeah, Anton's bred his green tree python, so he's keeping one of those back. Lincoln asked what everybody's dream pet is. I'd say at the moment, the thing that I can't get out of my mind is the white tree frogs. Keep thinking about those a lot, a lot, and morning geckos.
How green are they?
What? The green tree pythons. Mm. I'll show you the messages in a bit. You'll see.
For me, to be some kind of monkey, a marmoset or something like that. I'd like a small monkey.
See, now if I was to have an animal that I really, really want, which I know I can't have, it would be a giraffe. I'm obsessed with them. I love them.
They're huge. I mean, I've seen them in the flesh. They're massive, aren't they?
That's what I was just about to ask Ellie. Ellie, you've seen them in the flesh as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
I stood right next to one and I fed one. They're just amazing now. They're so graceful.
The power, what you can see how muscular they are. You don't expect it when you see them for real. I was like, whoa. Same with a rhino. I saw there were a rhino there, and it walked in front of the car, and it was massive.
Yeah, rhinos will take on a car. So will a hippo and an elephant. They're not bothered.
So will I.
No, I didn't go near it. I let it take its time and move on.
Where did you get to see it to?
It was one at safari parks. Is it West Midlands Safari Park or somewhere? I went years ago.
Okay. That's the first time I ever seen them. I was young then. I was about 9 or 10. But
did you see them in Africa?
Yeah, Nairobi National Park. You can see them there. You can get right up close. You can see all the big five from Africa there. And the crocodiles, oh my God, feeding the crocodiles is so noisy and they're so vicious. Like you wouldn't believe. My daughter was asking me for one the other day because she's seen someone else have a baby.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Oh, dear.
I have seen a couple of the birds, seen oyster catchers, all sorts like that, but I have seen the grass snake, I've seen the slow worm, and I've seen adders.
Have you seen the huge turtles?
The huge turtles?
Yeah, the African land turtles, the ones that live on
them
land.
snapping things with heads like this big.
They
hold them like that.
Huge.
Yeah.
I sat on when I was in Nairobi, I sat on one and it moved. I shit myself because it was so still. It never moved. Like we passed that thing so many times and it never ever moved. So I sat on it and I was like, oh, it's a nice statue. Let me sit on it. We'll take a picture. Yeah, the minute I sat on it, it moved. I shit myself. And they're so noisy. When they get passionate, oh my God, you need to cover your ears.
They're really that noisy?
Yeah, they don't really care if there's something watching or anything. They'll just crack on in the middle of.
I was the same. Dale's the same with his sore eye if he's still around.
I thought you were going to go back to dogging for some reason.
Always does. As soon as it gets past about 10:30, well, 10, 9. As soon as the live stream starts. No. To a point in the night when it always goes a bit, we just have a laugh. We've been quite tame over the last couple of weeks, to be fair. Been very tame.
Because I ain't been here half the time.
Yeah.
Feel like I've been in ring with Mike Tyson. I do today.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I was hit by a bus this morning.
You look like it.
Probably. It's what I was before. I decided to study on my bed last night, and I had to come up with these concepts. And I sat for ages like this, with my legs up, with my back curled over, drawing, reading, drawing for about 3 hours, and then I woke up. My lower back is so bad, and I got back anyway, so I should have been more careful.
I drove for 3 hours on Thursday, but I drove like this, with my head forward, just chilling.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, well, Friday I woke up, it was a bit owie. Saturday I woke up, it was like, what's going on there? And then I drove Saturday for about 2 hours in total. But I drive like proper, like seat back, head forward, just chilling. And then I woke up Sunday and it was just like, I'm too old for this shit.
Oh, Leah's going.
Oh, bye, Leah. Don't hop in the shower. You can hop in the shower later. Hop in the shower about midnight when we finish.
Midnight?
Stay on until midnight.
Thanks for joining, Leah.
I'm going to shoot off about 11.
Part-timers.
I got work to do. Do you want me to come on the stream, or do you not want me to come on the stream? If I come on the stream,
No,
I
we
need
want you
to
to
get
come
up
on
and
the
I need to
stream.
do work. Simple as that. Something got to give.
I've not going to have my dinner yet. I've had no food yet apart from the meatballs.
See, my kids love meatballs. They would eat them the whole time without eating anything else.
Well, I'm not a fan of them, but I knew I wouldn't have much time today, so I didn't get home till 6:30. And
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Where
All
the
right,
hell is
now, 11 o'clock, I'll desert you, okay?
All right.
Look at
Moon
Ellie's hair.
over says it's 3:30 p.m. What about Ellie's hair? Looks lovely.
What do you mean, what about Ellie's hair? Have you not noticed it? It looks
What?
really nice.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It looks lovely. Hold on.
I'm the only one that's noticed.
Let's all look at Ellie's hair. Look, when you put her on big screen like that, she goes red. Look how red she goes.
Just a good job she's not eating them nuts this time, isn't it?
She goes beetroot. Yeah, it does look nice.
It's gone like brown, ginger, blonde. Like literally, this bit is so bright orange. If I wasn't on the camera, like if I took a photo, you'd see it.
That sounds like my hair from over the years, as it just slowly faded into brown, black, shit, grey.
Gingerish.
Gingerish.
better off shaving it off.
No.
I like a little bit there. When I do it that short, I don't suit me proper, does it?
I wasn't expecting it to come out like this because I had black on my hair, then I had purple on my hair, then I had red on my hair, and all I did was use a stripper to take all the colours out, and it went like this.
Mark the Spider Guy, Ellie, why are you blushing? Wow,
Oh,
says Lincoln. Anton, her face went as red as your logo.
Like I said, it's just a good job of not eating them nuts.
Nice moustache, Scott. Yeah, I know, Moon, I know. It needs it. I don't know.
What was it I said to you the other day?
It might come back. It might, maybe. I don't know.
He come in the other day and the light was shining on his face, and I told him it looked like he needed a wash. It was his beard.
Did you have a handlebar moustache once?
Well, it would come down to there and then come out.
Yeah, thought so.
Tara made them shave it off.
No, Harry shaved it off.
We had Northern Exotics on, and he gave me a bet, and he won the bet. So the following Saturday was my birthday, so I shaved it off. Stacey says, guys, I'm off up at 5 a.m. and not saying my age. Night, Stacey. Take care. Thank you so much for coming on.
Bye.
Anton says, grow the beard. I did last lockdown. The first lockdown, I grew the beard quite long, and I looked proper homeless. Maybe I should grow it when the barbers are open so I can have it styled on the way out. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a bit. In fact, if you have a look at the videos from about a year ago, you'll see it. You remember?
Yeah.
Proper ginger beard.
Mine's grey. Because grey mine does.
I get some grey speckles down here and down this side.
It's just a good job you can't see his arse hair. That's twice as ginger.
I've always said though, going grey, I get a couple of grey bits here. It don't really bother me. It don't faze me at all.
My hair's dark brown though. When I grow my hair, it's dark brown, but my beard's grey. I blame ex-girlfriend. I said it was her fault.
That's what the grey speckles are.
He got a full head of hair, which is grey, and then his beard is brown. And the thing is, he's not even hit his 30s yet. He started going grey at 19.
Philip Schofield was great at 16, wasn't he?
Sorry?
Yeah.
My brother looks older than me by about 20 years.
Rolly fingers baseball pitcher had a handlebar mustache, Scott. I thought the handlebar ones were the ones that come across like that and then went straight down.
No, that's a Fu Manchu or something, isn't it, that?
Ah.
Handlebar one, it curls up, doesn't it? That way, I think, doesn't it?
Anton says it can't be your girlfriend's fault because you only seen her once a week.
that way, stress her waiting for Friday to come round.
That's kind of like
if I grew a beard, I'd look like Father Christmas. He would. Mark would look like Santa Claus if he grew a beard.
Definitely.
It'd be, yeah, but Mark, that'd let the kids smile, wouldn't it? That would be awesome.
Layla would find that hilarious.
Yeah, Layla would find it hilarious. Wow. The LP's on some big poos. The frogs are big on the live stream again.
Yeah, they were doing it earlier.
I'm not quite sure which one's the male and female though, because it sounds like it's this one, but then it might be bouncing off the glass.
I can tell
So it
which
might be
one
that
it is.
Down in the corner. Hope it's that one.
Scotty,
every time I was in here earlier when you were at work, and every time I turned my back, they started calling. But then when I looked at them, they buggered off.
We're hoping the pickle frogs give us some
babies.
Give us some frog spawn and then into frogs. What we do with them after that is going to be the problem. So I need to, well, mind you, we know a couple of pet shops, so fingers crossed.
Did you see your cane toad yet? Is it finally come out, or is it still burying itself?
It buries itself majority of the time, but it does come out. I've seen it sitting by the front of the glass.
Have you heard it make a noise yet?
No.
Oh, they're so funny. When I first heard mine make a noise, I was like, where's that coming from? Like, what is that sound? And then it was coming from...
I was like that with the other ones.
It don't half munch, though.
Oh, it loves mice, for sure. I have to dig mine out, though. I have to dig the water dish out again. I only just, undigged it out, and now it's buried again. Cane toads are a bunch of work. Every day you go to check the water dish, there isn't a water dish. It's buried at least this much under the substrate. Mine is a bugger for it.
I'd say the cane throw is probably one of the quietest of the frogs and toads we've got.
Yeah, mine's pretty quiet, but when you do hear it, because I don't have any other frogs where you do, so you'll listen to them all. But I never used to hear it because it never used to make too much noise. And all of a sudden I was hearing this noise and I was like, where the hell is this coming from? And it was coming from the frog. And it doesn't sound as deep or as robust as you think it would for such a big toad. It's kind of like a chirpy sound.
I like them little frogs what squeak.
The Theraposa blondie whistles at you.
Yeah, that little, like a squeaky toy one, and it blows its head up or something, and then I've seen clips on YouTube and stuff. And it's like a squeaky toy. Yeah, like a squeaky toy thing.
Is that not the African bullfrog, Ellie?
No, it's only a little frog, but it blows itself up, and then this noise comes out. It's just like a squeaky toy.
Oh, cane toads are huge. They're probably
one no, definitely. I know what they are. Yeah, we ain't one of them.
Was it funky colours, like literally green and black and blue, yellow.
I think. Do you know what? I can't remember what colour. Didn't have much notice what colour it were.
I want some bumblebee frogs.
Bumblebee tree frog.
Yeah, even though I don't like frogs, they creep me out.
See, I wanted a toad. I wanted a newt. I don't know why, but ever since I was young, I've always wanted a toad and a newt.
Would it have anything to do with Harry Potter, Ellie?
No, to be fair, no, because I didn't see Harry Potter until I was older.
Oh, well, in Harry Potter they've got them and they hold them, don't they?
Yeah, well, when I was young, every time we used to go on holiday, we used to go up like Tenby or like just places like that. We go Tenby, we go Somerset, and like in the mornings because it's all damp, or in the
Not
night,
that way.
you can hear them.
No, it didn't look like that. No.
That's kind of cute. It looks like a little crown.
It had like a kind of cute face and all, almost like a flat face.
It's proper green. There it is.
I'm going to put him back before he pisses on me.
If I see that video, I'll save it and then I'll send it you.
All right, no worries.
I see it quite often.
He just nearly knocked me off my chair with his belly.
I think they're from Matilda, to be fair. They find a newt in Matilda. I think that's the first place I've seen you.
Ow.
Yeah, the Pac-Man frogs. Cool. Spider-Man, I'm going to sit in my corner. I'm full and scary and in my nightgown. Oh, I sent her the link to come on. I am going for a cigarette.
I just had one.
Yeah, but you smoke there, don't you? You're lucky.
It's only because I used to live in a flat. Before I lived in the flat, I used to smoke outside. Then I moved into the flat, and my flat was like a house, but it was converted. So downstairs had like the garden, and I had the flat upstairs. So I had the front door, and it led straight out onto the main road. If I went outside, it meant I either had to leave my kids upstairs unattended or bring them out onto the main road. So I started smoking in the house from there.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But now I've got to get out of the habit, or just get out of the habit of smoking altogether, or at least reduce it. Because since being stuck in the house with COVID, it's gone from being a normal level of smoking to just smoking whenever, if I'm sitting down. Like if I'm doing my uni work, I get so stuck in, I hardly smoke anything. But if I'm on the streams or anything like that, and it's right there in front of me, I would just help myself.
Never smoked in my life.
Oh, I'm terrible for it. I've been smoking since I was about 11.
The baby.
Oh, that's cute.
Anton, and that's mummy.
Wow. I want one. I don't like snakes, but I like the colour.
What colour is it?
Green.
Anton just sent me a couple of pictures of his GTP, the green tree pythons. He's coming on next week.
Oh yeah, I think he sent them to me too.
To show Tara, and Tara's just gone wow, and she never said wow at a snake. She just normally goes ugh.
I was surprised of how small they was. I thought they was going to be big, but they're not. They're small. This is like a manageable size to deal with, especially with the space that I got. Like, what can I get rid of? Ooh, there's a cupboard that may be able to be removed.
I think you have to spray. Yes, Anton, you started something to Spider-Man. He has, yeah, definitely. You have to. I know you have to spray him twice a day. There's your answer, Scott. You're allowed one.
We'll have to move Randall out of her tank.
Oh, Lizzie's off.
Anyway.
Night, Lizzie. Take care. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, we'd have to move Randall out of her tank because it's too big for her anyway.
Yeah, I've got a tank set up. Well, not set up, but ready for what could be a GTP.
I'll have to watch that next week. I'll be interested for that.
Oh yeah. He's got he's got babies as well, so that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Right, I'm going for that bang. Be back in 2 minutes.
I have to get it. I'm obsessed with it.
He thinks what's going on so intense.
Stop doing that. Disgusting.
That's it. I'm in the hot seat.
Do you want a baby? I got a spare one.
No, I've got 3.
It's supposed to be a cat, but I swear it's a baby. The whole time it'll be bugging you. It just likes to lay upside down, you know, in that baby position. And you just gotta like, stroke him.
He's camera shy. Scott Anton said he's camera shy.
You done now? Wanna go away?
Oh.
Can't believe I've made it 3 hours in here.
I took the kids to bed and ended up going to sleep with them.
Oh wow. I stopped taking caffeine, except when I'm training, then I use the pre-workouts.
I think if I didn't drink my tea, I'd never be awake.
See, I had a feeling that between drinking so much coffee and when I'm training drinking pre-workouts, I had a feeling that the amount of caffeine that I was drinking was making me exhausted. Like since the past few days, I've been using like decaf coffee and I haven't used the pre-workouts because I haven't trained. And I haven't been so tired.
Wayne, I can't quite figure out where you sat. It looks like you're almost sat in a jungle.
I am. I'm sat in an enclosure.
Oh, right. That explains it.
Yeah.
Just went down.
11-foot enclosure with 9-foot pond in it.
Oh, wow.
What do you want? You just jumped down.
Yeah.
I think we need to build one of them for Scott to keep him in it.
No, you want a soundproof cage.
I thought I'd spend more time in here when I built it, and then humidity got to me, and I realised I couldn't spend as much time in here as I was going to do. I thought, well, I'll spend hours in there. Wait, half an hour later, I'm like, don't know I can stand it in here. I'll need a bath when I come out of here. I will, and I'll only come in bath before I go in here.
The other one is sitting by Maxie's tank, sleeping. Mark asked me where the other cat is. I got 2 cats that look exactly the same. The only difference is the colours. One is pink and one is blue. But I gotta breed the girl soon anyway. So then
well, my dog will wonder what's gone off. It's seen me for about 20 minutes today.
It's the girl one that's always over there. She does bug you, but it's normally to bite your toes or to get a back scratch because she's got nothing else to enjoy. The boy is like a big baby. Like any single time you sit down, even when you're not sat down, he's round your ankles, he's on top of you. He's like, I hate when they do this because he proper digs his nails in.
Yeah.
But the one, it was caught on the stream before, and that's why everybody likes my cat. I was talking on the stream, and one of the cats tried climbing up from behind and dig their claws into my butt.
I kind of like that. I call it padding, and they're like kneading you, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
like kneading bread.
They climb up you and they proper dig them in. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Oh, I'm used to claws. Cat's claws don't bother me unless it's red tiger.
What's up? She can't what?
Mate,
Oh. So you could have brought him here. To me.
Yeah.
Oh, my neck hurts. Oh.
Kids are back in school next week. How do you feel about that?
Kids are back in school next week?
Oh yeah, yours have been in school all the way through, haven't they?
Yeah.
You haven't had to do the whole homeschooling thing. See, it wouldn't be so bad if the gyms were open, because then I'd have something to do. But this time that's been taken up homeschooling. But no, the gyms are still closed.
How can you sit on that chair for so long? I've got a right on my ass.
My arse goes numb when you can't film nothing. What's everybody up to then? What's the humidity? 80%. Scott needs an enclosure. I've got one. It's called a work van.
Well, I said to him, I'm trying to figure out whether you're sat in a jungle or what. He said he was sat in an enclosure. I said, I need to build one then for Scott.
Yeah.
To keep him in.
Definitely, definitely. Anton says, who's all going to Donny then? We're definitely going Donny.
Definitely.
Definitely going Donny. It's not too far from Coventry as it goes. Well, not what I'd call too far.
I haven't.
45 minutes for me.
I'll have a quick look. Where's the map? Get the map.
Oh, I'm sweating.
I'm just going to write Donington in and tell you how far it is to the track. I was actually at Donington racetrack a few times.
No, not Donington. Doncaster.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Doncaster.
Doncaster Racecourse.
I'll get it right in a minute. An hour and 43. That's not too bad.
No. Are you a member?
No.
Oh, you have to go to Pauper's queue then.
Pauper's queue?
Well, you've got members queue and non-members, and members go in first. So you don't even have to get there too early. I think is it 9:45 when they let members in. So I just get there at 9:45. Even if you're back at members queue, you're in within 10 minutes. So you don't even have to queue. But if you want to go in, especially this time, it's going to be really busy because it's first one in a year. So I can imagine non-members queue to be massive.
The IHS have actually got a green tree python as their background. They're on the website.
Never noticed. I think it was £25 to join, which is worth it. So you don't have to queue.
Single £24. A family allows 2 adults and their kids up to ages 16. £27.
Oh, let's do the family one then, won't we?
Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's so worth it. Just so
What
you
do
can
you
get
get?
member side. Well, you get a magazine every quarter, I think, and a newsletter, and then you can go your queue in members queue, which gets you in straight away virtually.
That's not
I'm not
bad.
bothered about magazine. I'm bothered about getting in quick. Running round to see if there's something unusual you can buy before everybody else buys it.
Yeah, there's a few little unusual bits I'm really looking at, and I think Donny's the only place where I'm possibly get them.
Yeah.
Well,
although this year,
one of the
I don't
things
know
that
if it's going to be different. This year, with Brexit, are they going to be able to ship them over? Bring them over from Europe like they have done before and bring them to Donny. I don't know if it's Couldn't be any different now.
I think that they're doing special special stuff for things like that, though.
I've no idea.
And it's
That's
just
not
like male.
No, I've not thought
male.
about it until now. So
Where's the milk gone?
yeah.
Is there some there?
Yeah, I bought that today.
Yeah, I think it's just yeah, I think it's just business to business. I think with the animals you should be all right because they can't exactly delay you, can they?
No, I just didn't know if there were new regulations or that they had to contend with, or what, or paperwork or whatever. What might make it a bit more difficult for them to bring it, or bring certain species or whatever.
I don't know. Unless they've got an email or something.
Well, you can go on IHS page, can't you? And you could always put a post up and
Yeah,
or
have a
scan
look.
through it. Somebody might have already asked.
Oh, let's have a quick look.
Oh, it's too hot.
You used to be able to put things up for sale on their page as well, but you can't now, can you?
No.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna disappear. It's past 11 now.
Okay.
All right, and I will chat to you all soon.
Oh, see you again. Not next one.
Bye.
Tara says she'll give you a ring in the morning.
Bye.
No problem. See you in the morning.
See you later. Yeah, I can't see anything on there just yet.
No. It might be no different. It's just, I thought, you never know with what's happening, and with pandemic in different countries having different results at the moment. Because we're way in front of some others now, aren't we, in Europe, with vaccinations and everything. They might not be as far forward as us. And
we're up there, yeah.
Yeah.
We're up there with the vaccinations.
Definitely. I think we're on track for it to go to timetable as told us.
Yeah. No idea. We'll have to just wait and see, I suppose.
We'll probably put, closer to time when we know for sure it's going to happen, which it should now, but it can always go backwards.
I should imagine it should be all right because people will be bringing animals, won't they? Not posting them.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's as easy to bring them from continent now than it were before. So. I hope it's same as normal because you can get some unusual animals sometimes.
I would have thought so because I was chatting to somebody in Norway, and they're having a delivery from the spider shop, and they reckon 3 days it'll be there.
Oh, right.
And that's spider shops in the UK.
Yeah, I think we've dealt with them actually.
Yeah, they're good. They're very good.
Yeah. But not last time I went to Donny. Time before there were a white throat monitor for sale.
What? Sorry.
A white throat monitor.
Oh.
And I looked at it, and it were £500. Now that don't bother me how much it were, but it looked obese, and it were lethargic, and it weren't moving much, and it put me. I was contemplating it because I'd not got my Asian water monitor then, and it just didn't look healthy. Didn't look healthy at all. Really obese it were. I thought I'll not bother.
Anton says anything that's being sold at Donny, do they have to prove no diseases?
I don't think so. I know if I was selling at Donny, I wouldn't want anybody handling anything, because if they've been and handled something else, they might have mites or something, and then they come and handle your own, they could easily pass it on, couldn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I'm assuming you'd have to get a vet's note to something, wouldn't you, or something to prove. And they have, some people have that many. It'd be hard to do that, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, yeah. I think you just have to. It'd be difficult, wouldn't it? It'd be difficult to check it yourself as well, because if somebody just has gone doing.
Yeah, yeah. I tend to. There's a guy, and he sells. I've had both. I've had an iguana, Australian water dragon, and an ornate monitor off him, and they've all been brilliant animals. So I'd go to him again. He always has a lot of unusual things. So if I were looking to pay something what were expensive, I'd probably go to him and see if he'd got what I wanted.
Yeah, Anton says he don't want to buy something that might have the Nido virus and then to take it home, then to the vets.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
All the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a chance you take, I suppose. It's an expo, really, isn't it? Like that. Unless you know the people you're getting them off, and you've had them before, and the regulars, and they've had no problems. So.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
You'd like to think, because it was at a show, they'd all be sort of accredited in some way, wouldn't you? But I suppose it's not possible.
Yeah.
You just don't know. When is the date for Donny?
I think it's the 28th or something like that.
Of
June. It was the 21st originally, but then when Boris said the restrictions are being lifted on the 22nd, they've moved it back a week.
Let's have a quick look. I'll get it back up.
Your tiny toes there don't stop you.
Let's have a quick look.
Come on, tiny toes. Hello.
Show details. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we've had to postpone the 11th of April show until 2022. The planned June show date has now changed to the 27th of June, 2021. 27th.
11.
When's that?
Well, that's 5 days after restrictions are lifted, isn't it? Hopefully, so.
Oh, is that? Oh, it's a Sunday. It's a day before payday.
Oh. That might be a good thing.
Yeah. It'll be right. It'll be right. If I need cash, I can lend it.
Yeah.
It'll be all
See, that's different for me. I get paid every day. Obviously, being self-employed. So it's I forget. It's like when you see on groups sometimes, and people will say, my light's gone out on my bearded dragon enclosure and I don't get paid till Friday. Will it be all right? And I'm like, you can't buy a £4.99 bulb, or you haven't got one spare. But then I forget, people haven't got spare money when you work a standard job.
I've got a spare one for that.
Yeah.
But it's just what you do, isn't it?
Yeah.
With heaters, if you're going to do a tank, buy 2 heaters, buy 2 light bulbs.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
we've got
basking
that's
mold.
got the ceramic. The geckos have got the red lights.
Yeah.
But I've got a spare red light in case that one goes, which will be completely fine until I get the ceramic. I do like these ceramic heaters. They're pretty cool.
I usually have about 10 bulbs spare, but that's not a lot when you've got a lot of reptiles, because you can always guarantee if one goes, another will go somewhere else for some reason. They seem to like do it in pairs or triple. You never get
Because
one.
when you first put them in. Do you know what I mean? You put them in at the same time, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe there's a little fluctuation with the power.
Talking of power, my phone started to tell me it's going to die shortly.
Uh-oh.
Can't plug it in here, can I?
No. That's done well.
Well, I did charge it while I had a quick bath, so I got it up to 90-odd%, and I've turned the brightness down a bit to try and make it last longer, but I can still see properly. So it's not done bad, has it? Constantly on for over 3 hours.
Yeah, that's done really well.
Yeah.
Anton says, if my vids go down, I have a rack for grown ones that I can use temporarily. I'm 140 quid a stat and about £80 for the heater. Fuck you now. Where are you going? 140 quid for a stat? What's wrong with just the little Happy Stat ones?
I don't know, I've got a few Evos I have and stuff.
Fucking hell. That is a lot of wonga in it for a stat. Mind you, 80 quid on a heater. Wonder what type of heater that is. That can't just be your normal ceramic heater, surely.
No.
No, God knows.
I don't think I can last much longer now in here. I feel like I've been on holiday. I've got off a plane and gone to Tenerife or something, I think.
I'm feeling a little bit tired tonight, to tell you the truth.
So I've had since I left at 8 o'clock this morning, I've had an hour from when I got home to when I come online. So it's a long day. Go and let my dog out. Have a little bite to eat. Probably, I don't think I better not have my Easter egg tonight. I better have something decent, sandwich or something, and then go to bed, I think.
Tuesdays are always hectic for me because you get in from work and then it's like, gotta do this, gotta do that, and then live at 8 o'clock, so I need to do this. And
you do realise tomorrow I'm in deep trouble with Reptiles because they've not been out tonight. And they'll kick off now when I try and let them out tomorrow. They'll go ballistic. They'll dive at me.
You said they were all asleep. That's why you couldn't get them out.
No, they're asleep now. But normally when I come home, I get them out. But they've not been out.
Ah, got ya.
So when they get the chance to come out tomorrow, when I get home, they'll go ballistic. Might make for some decent videos though. Iguanas diving at the face. Oh. Feel like Tarzan in here.
Oh, reptile radiators for the roof of the Viz, says Anton.
Right.
Got ya.
I thought it might have been saying radiator, to be fair. At that price, it'd got to be.
Bit expensive.
Mind you, I don't mind spending. I don't buy any clothes. The trainers are dropping to bits. But if I need outfit Reptiles, 100 quid, 200 quid, I don't matter about that.
I know, I'm guilty of that
Someone
as
else
well.
thought that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't matter. Oh, that's all right. I'll have a Miss King, you know. I mean, don't matter. Just get it. Good Asda. I'm not buying that bar of chocolate because I bought them grapes. I'm not spending that much. But then, go to Reptile shop. I think I'll have 2 of them Miss Kings next week, and I'll have one of them Repti Breezes. Yeah, just get them out.
Oh God, don't even go there.
You can't be
It's
trusted
like-
to go on your own.
It's like buying tools. I can't buy enough tools. I've got tools for everything. I could probably disassemble a tank with tools I've got, and I never use them. But you never know. You might just need that tool once. So I'll buy it. Oh, I'll have that. Yeah.
I've got all sorts of tools. Right, I think we're going to end this stream because I am literally knackered.
Yeah, I'll let Walter go to sleep. And I'm going to go and collapse now, I think. And have a drink.
No. Right, I shall see you later. Thank you for joining us, Wayne.
No problem. We'll see you soon. Cheers, Scott. Thanks for having me.
No worries, anytime. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for anybody that's been here since the start. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in to listen to me ramble.
No worries. See you in a bit.
See you later then.
Bye. Bye. Night, everybody.